powered by the Nissan van range, scoring a winning hat-trick of performance, payload and price. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
With the 1 o'clock headlines, I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. England's Test summer has already hit its first rain delay. Before the covers went on, England were 24 for 1, with debutant Emilio Gay going out for 8. Play sets resume at 1:25pm. We'll have live updates. Overseas listeners can get ball-by-ball commentary from Lords on talkSPORT's cricket YouTube channel. Now, a recovering Alan Brazil says he's lucky to be alive after emergency liver transplant surgery. Al dialed in this morning in his usual high spirits.
Well, I'm still here. But gradually every day improving. I'm looking forward to getting back. It's going to be a few more weeks, but hopefully just 2 or 3.
Meanwhile, Sir Alex Ferguson's been seen out and about for the first time since his health scare. Fergie was at a restaurant in Manchester. Now, it's our understanding that Andoni Iraola will formalise his move to Liverpool today. Also, Leeds are signing captain Ethan Ampadu to a fresh 4-year contract. Now, Man City have threatened Real Madrid with legal action after a presidential hopeful claimed he'd sign Erling Haaland. City say no chance. Our chief football correspondent is Alex Crook.
It does seem a storm in a teacup as far as Erling Haaland are concerned. Whoever wins the election, I do think there is a genuine attempt from Real Madrid to try and sign Rodri, however.
Ahead of the World Cup, England's footballers are told to stay away from sleeping pills known to be used by some players. Sleep expert James Wilson says the pills are counterproductive for a good sleep. And former Ireland rugby captain Fergus Slattery has died at the age of 77. He also featured during 2 British and Irish Lions tours in the 1970s. More at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
The PM's accused Elon Musk of interfering in UK politics, and Nigel Farage has told us police diversity training courses need to be scrapped. Sinead has more in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. The season's changing, so get your car's shim pads and studs checked for spring with a free vehicle safety check. Book in centre or at quickfit.com today.
Sunny spells for most areas, but still some showers lingering. Those showers heavy and possibly thundery in places, cool with a blustery wind.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is how to win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
This is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT. Where this afternoon, Charlie? You're very upbeat today. We'll find out why in a few moments, but what is coming up?
Coming up over the next 3 hours, we'll drop in on an England camp in Miami, fueled by baked beans and Star Mix.
Yeah.
Top boxing promoter Frank Warren reveals his family connections to Saturday's Epsom derby, and darts legend Phil the Power Taylor talks Littler and previews a big night in memory of his great mate Ricky Hatton.
We also want your Paul Scholes inspired I'd rather listen to talkSPORT stories. We'll chat to the people behind a new documentary on football in Greenland, and the Arsenal and Spurs supporting comedians Dara O'Brien and Rhys James will be popping in.
Yeah, together at last. There's all this, plus Olaf Falafel is here with his now legendary World Cup wall chart. Always a thing of beauty.
It is.
And we'll bring you the final birthday spread, a waste of half an hour.
Yeah.
A kids' game, not ever, until after the World Cup.
Until after the tournament. That's right.
Yeah,
then you can, and then, you know, we'll bring it back. But it is approaching 5 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charlie. And
Afternoon.
You're very chipper.
Let's
Charlie.
go, Knicks ball. Let's go.
Well, the other
New York,
sporting-
go, New York, go.
As you may have gathered, the other sporting franchise that Charlie follows are the New York Knicks,
Yes.
beyond Torquay United. He went to see him while on holiday with his family in New York and really never looked back.
No, I absolutely love them, Paul.
Just the one game.
I'm genuinely addicted to it. I mean, it has helped that I've hit their best ever run since 1999.
Maybe it's you. Maybe you're a good luck charm.
I don't want to say it, Paul.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it. I think it's probably more to do with Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart and the lads.
They have, and the lads, as they get called by the coach and the lads. They're in the NBA Finals. It was game 1.
Eastern Conference champions.
And they won. They beat San Antonio Spurs. I mean, beating Spurs is not that difficult, really. But they did. They beat.
I hadn't thought about that. Spursy, Wembanyama. He'd be good up front for you. He's 7'5".
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We like a big, tall striker, as we proved with Colin
French
Mawani.
striker.
So, yes, they won game 1 in San Antonio, which is important, isn't it? Really?
On the road. They've won their last 12 games, their last 3 on the road, Paul. I've been told, I've got friends who live in Brooklyn, and they say the city, if they win it, will be
and that'd be
on
during
fire.
the World Cup.
It will be, yeah. It will be during the World Cup and all around.
They haven't won it since 1973, have
73. When Patrick Ewing was playing then, and all then. So no, Patrick Ewing was 1999. Right. I don't know, Paul. Don't question me on it.
Yeah, I won't go too deep. You won't be doing it on Celebrity Mastermind.
It's not. I know like as much as I told you.
Right.
And you asked me more.
I'm sorry.
And I was suddenly out of my depth.
Okay.
It's a good game, isn't it? And I'm out of my depth.
When did you get caught out?
And now I'm out of my depth.
It could be. And now that was the moment I knew I was out of my depth.
But yeah, it's great. I woke up though. Yeah. I thought, do you know what I'm going to do? Because of the World Cup coming up, obviously, a lot of the games in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to train yourself to wake up in the middle of the night. So I did a little bit of that last night, a little bit of sleep training. Yeah. Missed the first alarm, missed the second alarm.
And then my wife nudged. You're not commentating on these games for talk.
My wife nudged me and went, "Your alarm's going off."
Oh, right.
I was like, oh, yeah, right. So I snuck downstairs and watched the last quarter, but very exciting. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be very good at getting up for Scotland, Haiti at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Let's hope our fine team of commentators will be able to wake up. So we can have from you, that was the moment I knew I was out of my depth, much like Charlie there, missing a couple of decades.
Patrick Ewing was 1999, Patrick Ewing.
Right, okay.
They didn't actually win it. They lost to the Spurs in the finals.
Right, okay. Yeah,
even now I'm not confident.
Yeah, not. Talksport.com, text 889, tweet TSH and J 03717 223344. I'd rather listen to Talksport. This is off the back of Paul Scholes.
Oh, yeah.
You may have heard this. Paul Scholes was, let me just get all the details of it.
Doesn't even work for the station, Paul, does he? He comes on now. He's got
absolutely no skin in the game, Paul. But he was on the good, the bad, and the football, isn't it? The podcast. That's right. Yeah.
With Paddy McGuinness.
That's right.
Good,
Paddy
bad, McGuinness.
Paddy McGuinness, and Nicky Butt, and the guys. They were talking football. And I think Paddy asked him about music, didn't he?
He said, "What's your
taste?
Top 5 songs, or your funeral song?" Didn't
That's right. Let's have a listen.
I don't like music. I'm not asked about it.
You are absolutely outrageous. I've got to say.
I'm not asked one bit about music.
Right, hang on a minute. If you're in the car, you must have a bit of music on.
TalkSPORT.
What about if you're training?
TalkSPORT.
If you listen to Ali McCoist while you're bench pressing.
Much rather than do that.
And Simon Jordan.
Yeah, I'd never put music on it ever in my life.
So good afternoon, Paul, I suppose we should say.
Thanks, Paul.
Because we know it's welded onto that stage.
Hope you've got someone spotting for you.
Yeah. Well, we see Paddy here now and again. I know he tunes in now and again. Maybe not quite as religiously as Paul Scholes does.
He loves it. Bit of talk.
But anyway, we thought I'd rather listen to TalkSport because there may have been times you've been caught out listening at a wedding or, dare I say, at a funeral. Or just at an inopportune moment.
Sometimes I'll meet people and they'll go, "Oh, my dad has nothing but TalkSport on all day."
Yeah,
just in the background.
And it's said in that
He's
way.
not even listening to it. Like they're furious about it.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, there we are.
Quite a few builders' radios, I would say, have permanently tuned in, aren't they?
Exactly, it's locked in.
Yes.
Locked in.
So anyway,
Jerry says, Paul, please stop asking Charlie about questions about sport, for goodness' sake. You're absolutely right, Jerry.
I shouldn't be doing that, Jerry. It's very true. Talksport.com. I'd rather listen to Talksport like Paul Scholes. Good afternoon, Paul. Talksport.com. Text 1889. Tweet TSH and J 0371. He'll probably say, "Well, I listen to Talksport apart from 1 till 4. I tend to zone out."
Big spread fan, I expect, Paul.
Well, I mean, many of the boys at Manchester, we know players at Manchester United and coaches who've played along, big fans of the game.
We've often said we should do a celebrity special. People just want us to play it, Paul.
Right. Well, this is a big one for them today because they're going to miss it for the next 5 or 6 weeks because the World Cup, you may have noticed the World Cup's going. So we thought we'd park it. We're going to be on between 10 and 1. We're switching with Jim and Simon.
Yeah.
So myself and Andy and Charlie will be with us on Wednesdays. I'm going to do 5 days a week.
Yeah, lovely.
For the World Cup. I'll be Wednesdays with Charlie's, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday with Andy. All the mayhem, all the build-up, and looking back on games and England and Scotland and the highs and lows.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing that between 10 and 1. So we will park the spread for a few weeks, and then it will return after the tournament.
Yeah, which is what people want, Paul. Apparently, they like the kids' game waste of half an hour.
Oh, yeah, mate, it seems remarkably popular. Anyway, we're going to be chatting today about the elections. The City fans a bit upset at the moment.
Oh,
with
yeah.
all this Haaland stuff. But it really is, as Crookie was saying here in the news, it is a storm in a teacup, really, all this. It's a bloke who wants a big job. Anybody can play fantasy football when they've got no chance of winning.
Can all do
and
that.
it looks like one of the candidates to be the president of Real Madrid really has no chance of winning. But
so he's saying they're going to sign Haaland.
It's easy. Anybody would say come into talkSPORT, couldn't we? I mean, we've got no chance of happening. Well, you say that. talkSPORT.com, text 889, tweet.
Paul Scholes after the breakfast show, I think.
Yeah.
By the sounds of things.
Do a job. Although he wouldn't like any music that was played. They do like a music quiz on breakfast, don't they? So I think they'd
do like
struggle.
that. And he'd keep going, see that bin over there? I'm going to kick the ball at it.
Dara Bryn's going to pop in with Reece James, Arsenal and Spurs supporting comedians. They're on Mock the Week, of course. They've got some summer specials coming up. Phil the Power will join a special evening in Manchester this weekend in memory of the great Ricky Hatton. And Phil and a lot of Ricky's old chums will be there from the world of boxing, sport and beyond. And what else we got for you today? Oh, yeah, we're off to Philly, which if you haven't sorted out all your details yet and what you're doing and where you're going to stay in the States for the World Cup, Philadelphia is the place, says Anne Ryan, who is head of tourism for Pennsylvania. So I suppose she has kind of got skin in the game.
Yeah, very much so. Well,
We are off to Miami as well because Faye Carruthers is there with the England squad. And we mentioned at the top they're fueled by baked beans and Star Mix.
Sure.
That's because there's a few, amongst all the proper stuff they should be eating, playing in a tournament, and they're being well looked after. There's a few home comforts, just now and again.
You need that, don't you? You need that.
Couple of Haribo.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
So
fried eggs I like. Paul, what's your favourite Haribo, Paul?
I do like a Star Mix.
Yeah, I'll do. Okay,
I'm a big fan of having that variation.
Giant straws. Do you like giant straws in your own time?
Yeah. I don't mind them, Charlie. I'm not a big fan of the Fantastic.
No, I like a sour.
That's just
I'll
me.
take a sour.
But anyway, Faye will talk us through that and all the other fallout from the England camp. Olaf Falafel brings out an excellent World Cup wall chart for charity, doesn't he?
Beautifully done.
Every year. He's a brilliant illustrator. And he's going to pop in and talk a bit about... Have we got any Luton players at the World Cup? He's a big Luton fan. There must be one or two.
Someone will tell us.
Yeah, OK, we'll find out before Olaf comes in. And as
I
we
can
said,
Google it now on air if you want me to.
No, don't do that. And new documentary. We've seen the trailer. We're very impressed, aren't we, Charlie?
Very much.
Really
it looks great.
Wetted our whistles.
Looks right up my street, actually. That Greenland football.
Yeah, it's beautifully shot as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, lovely.
It's called No Place for Football, and the two guys who are directing it will be popping in to see us. Tim Vickery will join us, give us all the latest from the Brazilian camp and some of the Brazilian signings that are heading into the Premier League. But we'll kick off today with Frank Warren. He's going to join us to talk about his family links to the Epsom Derby. It's Derby Festival, of course, gets underway tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll have live racing for you. Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly.
Very nice.
Will be joining myself and Andy, giving us a bit of colour, and some live racing as well. And, of course, we'll have the Derby for you on Saturday. But Frank's going to talk about that. Bit of boxing chat, bit of Arsenal, I'm sure. We'll get the latest on AJ Fury if we can. So stick around for that. A busy show, as always. To get in touch on... the moment I knew I was out of my depth, as Charlie realised as he talked about the New York Knicks history just now, and indeed, I'd rather listen to talkSPORT thanks to Paul Scholes. 03717 223344, talksport.com/H&J. You can text to 81089, tweet to TSH&J. We're here with our good friends at Toolstation and their trade club. You'll get 10% off all electrical and lighting products when you buy cable and flexes. First stop, Toolstation.
when you get these Arsenal fans ranting and raving and saying some of the things that they do, and then you get this nitwit over here popping up with his little brand of observation in social media.
What, Piers?
Yeah.
Little brand of 9 million followers.
Whatever, how many followers you've got, Piers.
Well, a lot more than you, Sancho.
Fantastic, but I don't judge my
work
by that.
It's not a little brand.
But I don't judge myself by those numbers.
This is a little brand. My YouTube channel is 4.5 million subscribers.
I'm delighted.
I have 9 million followers on X. So when I say something to 9 million
I'm delighted.
people, I'm saying it to a lot more millions than you.
I'm delighted.
No, but it's not a little brand. I'm not a little nitpick.
No, I'm delighted.
You may not like what I say.
I'm delighted.
But the platform I have is infinitesimally bigger than yours.
I'm delighted. You've pivoted into the digital world and hung on by your fingertips, right? But the bottom line is I'm looking at the content. I'm looking at the content, and you're asking me why.
Yes.
People are reacting negatively to what's being said. So I floated the idea without a great deal of commitment to it that silly comments that are antagonistic made by nitwits like him with big audiences.
What silly comment?
Is that better?
Well, give me a silly
comment.
comment.
I don't know. I don't study your feed, but every now and again
give me one example.
You pop up with observations
give
about
me one
Arsenal
that's silly.
inflammatory. I don't know. I can look through it in a second.
Exactly. You can't think of one. You just said it.
Every now and again.
You just literally said that, and you can't tell me a single...
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. They'll be back out to play. Well, they're going to have an inspection at 1:30. They only got 45 minutes playing. England still managed to lose a wicket, 24-1, after New Zealand won the toss.
Should have just played it last week, Paul. It was baking up.
Yeah, exactly. If only they could. Anyway, let's move on. We've got live racing from the Derby Festival at Epsom tomorrow with Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly, and we'll bring you the Derby on Saturday, of course. Have you ever been, Charlie?
To Epsom, yes, I have. Twice.
To the Derby.
It's
Good fun. Good day out.
Good fun. They're really good day out.
So
a lot of fun. Lovely course.
Tendencies had dipped a little bit, but plans are afoot to change that, and someone involved very much in that. Someone with links, not obvious links, to the Epsom Derby. It's the top boxing promoter from Queensbury. It's Frank Warren. Hello, Frank.
Hello, Frank.
Morning, chaps. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
You were involved in the draw the other day, weren't you? You and Sir Jeff.
Yeah, we were, but I made a bit of as I say, a bit of a balls up with it. I put the ball in the wrong pot to start with.
Oh, no.
And I had to explain to him afterwards, that's how it comes. I lost my job as a bingo caller.
So what are the links to Epsom then, Frank?
Well, for me, I was a kid. My dad, my uncles were bookmakers, and I think I did my first Derby meeting working there when I was about 13 in 1965. Right. And I worked there for many, many years. I was what they called back then an outside man, which was looking at the other bookmakers' boards. In those days, the odds were all chalked up, and you tic-tac men. There's no electronics or anything as there is today, so you had to think on your feet. And I loved it. I was a kid, and it was great. The crowds were massive on the hill and also inside. So it was a fabulous time, and I was delighted when we got the opportunity to be involved with such a iconic race, probably the most famous race in the world, at an iconic race course in Epsom. So it's been brilliant for all of us, and it's gone really well. We look like we've sold out for Saturday on the hill, and still some tickets available, or I should say tickets. You have to go online for Friday, but it's gone absolutely brilliant, and it's a great day out for everybody. You know, you've got I think we've got Pixie Lott. She's playing on Saturday. We've got there's food there, there's concessions, there's lots of activities going on. You can park your car, watch all this, and it's all for free, not a penny charge to go and watch it. And then most importantly as well, you can watch the most famous race and the undercard in the world.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant day out for nothing.
You've got this is Derby Fest. You and the Queensbury and the Jockey Club. That's right. I've partnered. Yeah. It's a family zone, free as Frank said, free parking across the site. And live music, DJs, celebs, and fantastic.
And you talk about the hill there, Frank. The way the course is set up is pretty unique on the downs there. It's absolutely beautiful.
It is, because the hill was actually is a public right of way, but so it was, it is, and it lends itself to it because right in the middle of the track, there's all these activities going on. And, you know, as I say, when I was a kid, it used to be, I mean, it was absolutely rammed. I remember, and I think the Derby was run on a Wednesday in those days. It was a Wednesday or a Thursday. My memory serves me well. And, the characters were there in the old days. I remember there's a guy called Prince Monolulu who used to be there, and he used to sell tips, and he used to scream out, I've got a horse. And then you had to pay him $5 or whatever it was for the tip, whatever the tip, if anybody wanted to buy him the tip of the day. But there was loads of characters there. It was good fun.
He used to be down Petticoat Lane as well doing that, didn't he?
Oh,
years and years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
And did he have any inside knowledge, or was he just?
Did he ever get a winner, Frank? I don't remember getting a winner.
I don't know. I never ever bought one. I mean, you know, I suppose some people said he couldn't tip rubbish, but who knows?
And did you get any tips for the race? Have you come away from the launch and everything with Sir Jeff, and have you got any ideas for us?
They told me, I think it's the 4:30 tomorrow, dusty carpet. It won't get beat.
Hey,
look at that, beautiful.
Doing the after dinner set.
I liked it then, Frank. I liked it when you talked about the rest of the racing there, Frank. Don't get far from boxing. Calling the rest of the card the undercard.
Yeah.
Is that absolutely beautiful?
I can't help it.
Now, you're hopefully involved in a fight we're all very much looking forward to. And Anthony Joshua was on talkSPORT earlier this week, ahead of his Christian Penga fight. He's a very confident lad.
He is, yeah.
He was asked who Tyson Fury should fight in his warm-up fight ahead of the pair potentially meeting later this year. See what you make of this, Frank.
I'm not sure who he's fighting. Frank wouldn't give me any indication.
Because he was saying to me when I was looking for an opponent for this day, he was like, fight. I think he was saying fight Wardley, fight a tournament. These fights are easy to be made.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a comeback fight. So I think that would be a perfect name because they're all under the same promotion, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Fury is what he says he is. Maybe he should step forward and Frank should put his fighter forward instead of worrying about what I'm up to.
Okay.
I guess that's unlikely. What do you make of that, Frank?
Well, I'm not worried about what he's up to. You know, Tyson signed up to fight him back in January, and Tyson was going to have a warm-up fight, which he's had, and he was going to have the same, but unfortunately, it was that tragic accident that occurred, when he lost two of his friends, and now he's having his fight against, is it Pringle, whatever his name is, he's got that fight on, and then... And in the meantime, and then they talked about doing the fight now in November. So Tyson can't be sitting on his backside till November. So he's going to have a fight. And there's a few things got to be sorted out. And hopefully everybody's going to be in a position to announce who he's fighting. I'm hoping maybe over the weekend or early next week. Fingers crossed.
It must be so nerve-wracking when you're a big fight promoter like this. And we all know the fight that we want to be at the end of it and how much sort of money is on that. But they do have to have these tune-up fights. That must make it nerve-wracking for you as the promoter, Frank.
Me, I'd want them to go straight into it.
Yeah.
I really do. I think they should have fought over the summer and got on with it. But look, it is what it is. And, AJ, he's had a fight. He fought Jake Paul after coming off of his loss against Daniel Dubois. Tyson's been out for a long, long time, so he's had one anyway. But look, that's not going to happen. That was the original intention. So we get it on. But, no doubt this time round they both want to fight each other. And providing there aren't any hiccups, that's what will happen. In the meantime, the heavyweight division is alight. We'll be announcing Moses' opponent I will hopefully be in a position next week and the press conference the week after. So I'm looking forward to that. I think everybody's going to love the fight. The WBC have said that Ajit Kabel, who's with us, the number one and interim champion with WBC, they've ordered Usyk's got to fight him. So there's another great fight there. It's going to be interesting. We've got 30 days to negotiate. If we can't agree terms and Usyk wants to fight, then we'll go to Perspis. If he doesn't, then he'll have to vacate the belt. So it's really, really, really exciting fight times for the heavyweight division, and I'm really, really looking forward to what's going on. And it lines up a lot of good fights for the end of the year and next year.
There's also talk of another 7v7. You and the Matchroom guys having your fighters versus their fighters. Is there anything in that?
Listen, I'd love it. I mean, I'm sure they want to try and get some revenge after the thrashing we gave them last time.
Hammered them last time. So clean sweep.
We did, and we was on a roll. And after that, then Daniel Dubois beat AJ, knocked over AJ. So we're on a roll, and we like those. We like those fights. I'm sure Eddie and the team want to try and get one over on us. And I know some talks have been going on. And hopefully we'll do a 7v7 this year.
Well, you're big friends now, though, Frank, aren't you? There's no beef in it anymore. You know, co-pros now all the way, isn't it?
Well, I'm trying to be kind after the 5-0 thing. I'm not one to gloat much.
Just a quick one on Arsenal and what you'd like to see change. I mean, they are going to do some business over the summer. I think they would like to get Junior Krupi in, but it seems PSG could maybe nick that one. But you'd like to see some reinforcements because that's the way to stay at the top, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I was out there. I went to Budapest, and I look at a lot of the things that are being said about Arsenal and the way they play. The first half of the season we was playing really good football, and then we fell over a couple of times. I think it was sort of January, and then it looked like we was playing at times we're playing and getting in front, but to nick the match rather than how we were going, early last year. Sorry, August onwards last year, where we were going out and really playing good football and winning games. And I think that's what happened on Saturday. I think our defence was magnificent. Against probably the best forwards in the world as a club. They negated them completely. Outstanding they were, and I just felt up front we were lacking. There was, we just weren't ambitious enough. Saka and Odegaard just didn't get got off the mark, which is a great shame. And you can see with a bit of improvement up front, maybe a good midfield player, definitely a real good instinctive striker. And maybe a winger. I think we'll be a massive force. But if somebody had said to me last August, 2 cup finals and you're going to win the Premiership, I'd have bit their hand off. Look what it done for the good feel factor it was for Islington. I mean, the crowds. I've never seen anything like that. I don't think for any team ever winning anything. It was amazing, and that's what sport does. It brings. It brings people out, it brings them together, and they celebrate. And that's why I get a little bit peed off with the government and so forth, that they don't get behind sport like they should do.
Frank, good to talk to you as always. Enjoy the derby. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Frank Warren there. He and the Jockey Club have linked up for Derby Fest. As Frank said, if you want to get tickets, it's all free. You have to book your tickets or register for your tickets online first. You can do that through the Jockey Club. So if you just
cracking day out of that.
Yeah.
Really
so
great,
if you are off to the Derby and you're going to go along to the hill and enjoy yourself, some music and whatever, then get along there. Go to the Jockey Club website first, and I think Frank said there's a few tickets left, so go and check it out. Phil the Power Taylor joins us next.
Magic.
We'll get his take on Luke Littler after the Premier League final, and a big party, big celebration of the life of Ricky Hatton this weekend up in Manchester, a place where he had many of his fights. And the Power will be there. He's going to be telling us a bit more about that. Then Dara Bryn, Reece James will be here, Arsenal and Spurs respectively, to chat about the summer specials of Mock the Week.
I mean, Jamie Carragher's been talking on the overlap in the last couple of days, and he's raised some concerns about Iraola's appointment as well. He says it almost feels a year too early. I look at it and think, can I see this man winning the league for this club? And I get that point, but on the other hand, can you see Enzo Maresca winning the league? It is first season for Manchester City. You just don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Listen, it's our job to sit here and forecast and guess, and that's exactly what we're doing. But the fact of the matter is, we don't know. What we've all got an opinion on, is, I still think it's an interesting decision when Alonso was available. And you can guarantee that if it doesn't work, and I hope it does, that's the one thing that Liverpool fans will be saying, why do we not go for Alonso when he's available?
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think we said it yesterday. I mean, it tells me that at Liverpool...
Alan Brazil has told talkSPORT he's feeling much better and totally different after emergency liver transplant surgery.
My heart did stop for a bit, and it came back on its own, so I'll be very frank, I'm very, very lucky.
Well, Al has thanked doctors and nurses at Adam Brooks Hospital in Cambridge for saving his life. He's also promised to be back on talkSPORT during the World Cup.
I might not be able to do 4 hours on the spin, but I'll certainly be up in London in the studio. I look forward to getting involved.
Meanwhile, Sir Alex Ferguson has been spotted out and about for the first time since his health scare seen at a restaurant in Manchester. On the blue side of Manchester, City have threatened Real Madrid with legal action. That's after a presidential hopeful claimed he'd sign Erling Haaland. City say there's no chance of a deal, but Simon Jordan has told talkSPORT the club will have to bend to Haaland's will eventually.
Haaland will do what Haaland wants to do in the end, despite his protestations to the alternate. He will do precisely what he wants to do. And I would imagine on his bucket list, in football terms, will be to play for Real Madrid. He'll not say that now.
We understand Andoni Iraola will complete the formalities of his 2-year deal at Liverpool today. And Chelsea say they've lost one of their greatest players. It's after Bobby Tambling, whose club goal record stood for 47 years, died at the age of 84.
Just let you know they'll be back out at 1:45 at Lord's in that first test between England and New Zealand. Paul Scholes has said he never ever listens to music. He just listens to talkSPORT all the time.
Very nice, Paul. Good afternoon.
Bless him.
Should have built the England team around you, Paul, in my
very much
opinion.
So. Well,
He'll be
irrespective
now,
of whether he listens to talkSPORT or not, I think a lot of people will agree with that. But anyway.
Yeah, Big Luke, the Bristol City fan's been in touch about how he listens to talkSPORT. Afternoon, Paul and Charlie. Dropped my radio off a scaffolding at work, which broke the tuning button, so it can't be changed from talkSPORT. Wouldn't mind a bit of classic gold in the afternoon and have a little bit of a sing-song, but I'm stuck with you two. All the best.
Oh, OK. Well, that's
there we are, Big Luke.
Indeed.
There we are. How nice.
Thank you very much for sending that in to us. Now we play.
Listening figures are up, Paul. Maybe it's just that.
Yeah, it could be. All those builders who've dropped them, they can't turn it onto any other station. So, this Sunday, 7th of June, at the AO Arena, where Ricky Hatton had many of his great fights, there is a party, a tribute, celebration of the life of that great boxer.
Sounds fantastic.
It's a terrific turnout. It's very much in the style of Ricky. Live music, few beers, bit of comedy, lots of chat. Freddie Flintoff, Paddy McGuinness are going to be there. Lots of great boxers. Tony Bellew, Frank Bruno, Marco Antonio Barrera, Eddie Hearn, and our own Spencer Oliver, Johnny Nelson. So many people are going to be there. Yeah. Josh Warrington. Footballers, Jermaine Defoe, Emil Heskett. So many people are going to be there.
Some good music as well there. Tiny Temper, Bugsy Malone, Russell Watson, lottery winners. All great band. Rowetta from Happy Mondays, of course.
Also popping along, a good friend of Ricky's is the darts legend, Phil the Power Taylor. Good afternoon, Phil.
Hello, Phil.
Good afternoon, boys. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
It's a night Ricky would have enjoyed, I think, looking at that guest list.
Oh, definitely, he would have enjoyed it. That's for sure.
So it's just going to be a chance. People will be up there paying tribute, having a chat, sort of playing music. I'm sure telling a few Ricky stories, and there's plenty of those, isn't there?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we haven't got the full schedule yet, which is coming soon anyway. But we're all going to go just enjoy it. To be honest with you, it's going to be a great occasion, but a sad occasion at the same time.
How did you two become friends then, Phil?
I first met him. Well, I didn't meet him. I was going up the M62 before Ricky was famous then, and we're going towards Hull. There was a little red mini metro. It was coming up the side of me, waving out the window, flogging it. It was a shed, honestly. And this young lad waving at me through the window. And a few years later, he says, "Can you remember me?" I said, "I do remember." It's funny how you remember certain people over. You meet that many people, you can't remember everybody.
Yeah.
But there's certain incidents that you do remember. I said, "I do remember you. You're hanging out of a window on a mini metro." Yeah, that was me. And that's the first time I ever met him. The second time I met him was with John Gwynn, and I went to his pub and played darts against him.
Oh, lovely.
Well, his mum and dad's pub then.
Was he an all right darts player, Ricky?
Average. He was a better boxer than he was dart player.
I should hope so.
Yeah. But he was okay. He enjoyed it. He was a pub player. That's what Ricky was.
Yeah. And you used to go.
He enjoyed it.
And you'd go along to his fights, would you? Well, obviously time permitting.
Many times, yeah. I remember being excited, because Russell Crowe, when he fought Costa Zoo, Russell Crowe was about 5 or 6 seats from me, and everybody's Russell Crowe, and all the crowd were excited. And then as soon as he went in the ring and said, "My mate's going to smash Ricky Hatton up," everybody just turned against him. It was brilliant. Yeah. Think again, pal.
Yeah. I think Ricky, the general public absolutely loved him, didn't they? Yeah. Everybody loved him. Not just for the boxing, but for the way he was out of the ring. I don't want to call it a common touch. He could talk to anybody, couldn't he, Phil?
Yeah. He was a people's person. There's not many people like him in this world now. He's like Paul Gascoigne. You can go anywhere and just be exciting. But as a boxer, he was exciting. You know what I mean? He was value for me. He was the best value for money. Apart from people like Sugar Ray Leonard, Tyson Fury is another one who's value for money that gives everything. Yeah, entertainer. Yeah, that's the. When Paul Gascoigne came on the pitch, you just knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And Ricky never backed away. He was always one straight attacking. You say to him, "Back off a little bit, you," and no, not a chance. He just went at him and knocked him out.
I'm quite shocked he had a red car, to be honest.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Red Metro.
Oh, mate, I think he paid about 50 quid.
He must have made that, he must have made that compromise, I think, just to get the car.
Get somewhere, yeah.
So it's this, Ricky's family will be there. All money's going to Mind, the Hatton Foundation, and City in the community, because obviously Ricky was a massive Man City fan. So it's this Sunday. Tickets from the aoarena.com.
Yeah.
So go to aoarena.com to see all those great people in one room. And if you watch Ricky along the way, it'd be a lovely way to give him a great send-off with lots of his friends in the room. So now, Phil, I'm sure you would have seen Luke Littler, the aftermath of Luke Littler after the Premier League darts that he won, and his reaction and what he said afterwards about how much he'd been struggling, and he was in tears on the stage. I mean, it is kind of tall poppy syndrome to an extent, and you suffered a bit of that. What did you make of what you saw?
I felt for him. I felt sorry for him. It's not nice. I mean, when you're up there and people are calling you all the names under the sun, which they do, it is abuse. It's not right. You know what I mean? We're there to entertain. I was glad get away from darts in the end. You know, I was 58 years old and I'd had enough. I mean, Barry said, do another couple of years. I said, no, Barry, I've had enough now. I want to have a peaceful, and it's great now because it's nice and peaceful. I love my life now. But when you're up there week in and week out, it is hard to shake off people calling you obscenities week in and week out. You know, I know you're getting well paid for it, but it still does affect up here. Young Lucas, but at the same time, it's, you know, be careful what you wish for at the same time, because every silver cloud is always a little bit of a grey lining with it. So you have to be careful. And it's just something now that he's got to get used to. He will either get used to it or he'll walk away from it.
Was there a moment, Phil, where, like, you're on your way up, everybody loves you, you're winning all the time, you're brilliant. Was there a kind of moment when they sort of turned on you a bit? You get them turned against you. But what you've got to do, you've got to turn the crowd back by playing well. You know, if you're not playing so well, they will boo you and gee you, come on and shout obscenities at you. But you've got it the 180s, the 140s, and the big finishes, and then they come back around then. And Luke Littler has got the ability to do that. It's different when you're playing in different countries, whether you play in Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Germany, Holland. You know, I mean, you're going to get the crowds shouting for the local man there, obviously. But it is difficult when you're up there and you've got nobody to help you. You know, it's not like football where you could say to Roy Keane, you know, watch me back a little bit because I'm struggling. You're there on your own. It's a lonely world up there sometimes. It's exactly the same as boxing. You know, nobody can help you, only yourself. And I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Luke along the way. Was that something, if he found it useful, was that something you'd be happy to do?
Yeah, I chat with Luke now and again. I had more to do with his parents, to be honest. I mean, Luke isn't really a phone person. So if you phoned him, he probably wouldn't even answer the phone anyway. He's very quiet. He doesn't bother with anybody. He goes in the practice room. He drinks pop. He doesn't drink any alcohol at all. And he just keeps himself to himself. He's on his phone. He plays games on his phone. The last time I was with him was at Chester Races, and he was playing Luke Humphries. And I'm talking and meeting and greeting there. And he hadn't thrown a dart. I said, "Are you going to practice?" He went, "Nah, not bothered." And he beat Luke Humphries. He beat Luke Humphries 8-1. And I'm like, I don't know how he did it. Honestly, as soon as I walked through the door, my darts were out and I was practicing. I couldn't do what he did. But bless his heart, what he's done beforehand, I don't know. But whatever he's doing, I'd just keep doing it. Maybe practice a little bit more. But he has got a talent, an unbelievable talent. Yeah. And it'd be a shame, really, if we did lose him, because he's putting darts right back on the map again.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, look, thank you, Phil. And
thanks, Phil.
I hope it all goes well on Sunday night. All the best.
Good luck with it.
Take care.
Oh, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. Honestly, it'll be one of the best nights I've ever had, to be honest. I mean, I've been many, many nights, but this is going to be completely different.
Special, yeah.
Okay, enjoy. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, lad. Bye-bye.
Phil the Power Taylor there. So this Sunday, AO Arena in Manchester, that celebration of the life of Ricky Hatton.
Reminds me of when Usain Bolt, you wanted him to really peg it towards the line. He used to sort of just jog towards the line when he was that far in front of everyone, didn't he? He always think, go for the world record, but if Luke don't want to practice, he don't. I'm sure he practices a bit.
Well, it's not. It's clearly not affecting his game, is it?
No, at all.
So the good news is they are out playing cricket once again at Lord's, England versus New Zealand. Sam Ellard's going to be keeping an eye on it for us, hopefully throughout the afternoon, showers permitting. Hi, Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Yeah, good afternoon, both. Yeah, fingers crossed after a delay of around 2 hours, the rain stays away here at Lord's, and we can have a good couple of hours of cricket. England resuming 24-1, New Zealand winning the toss this morning and opting to bowl first, which meant that Emilio Gay on Test debut was out to bat. His first ball, a wonderful way to start his Test match career. Nice juicy full toss outside of the off stump. He drove that through the covers for 4. He only added 4 more runs though before Cole Jameson got in with a really good delivery going around the wicket, angling the ball into the left-handed bat. Bit of movement away from the left-hander, took the outside edge, was caught at first slip. He went for 8. Ben Duckett and Jacob Bethel with the crease. Duckett 15 off 34, only 1 boundary in his first 34 balls. We definitely in those first 10 overs saw an England top order look a lot more sort of watchful, careful, looking to sort of defend the good balls, leave outside of the off stump. So after a winter in which some of England's batting was pretty irresponsible, certainly being a little bit more defensive this morning, which will please a lot of England fans. So Will O'Rourke is bowling the first over after a long rain delay. Duck has got 15, Bethel's got 4. England are 27 for 1.
Thank you, Sam. Back to Sam throughout the afternoon. Dara O'Brien and Rhys James will be popping in to see us, Arsenal and Spurs respectively, and of course from Mock the Week. They've got some summer shows coming up. You're listening to Hawksbee and Baker on talkSPORT with Tool Station. First stop, Tool Station.
Perez, for his part, has promised he'll appoint Jose Mourinho as manager if he's elected.
She's done it already.
Well, that's what he wants to do, but he's got to get elected to make it official. Riquelme, meantime, for his part, is saying no to Mourinho. He's promised to make Madrid legend Raúl his sporting director and will not appoint Mourinho. He says, if I win the elections, I will bring to Real Madrid a superstar manager, the biggest manager you can imagine. Jose Mourinho is not that manager. He promised also, and this is where it gets interesting, to sign Manchester City midfielder Rodri, as well as Erling Haaland, and then held up a Madrid shirt with Haaland's name on the back of it. And one would think that Manchester City are none too happy about that. Is it arrogant in a presidential race like this for one of the hopefuls to promise something that he doesn't really know if he can deliver?
Well, it's like any manifesto. We could talk about any manifesto that gets put forward and promises are made and very rarely upheld, are they?
Hello, I'm Matt Fordham from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Paul Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Mock the Week is back from this Sunday with some summer specials. And joining us from the show is Dara Bryan and Rhys James. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Has it been good being back? We
did one, and it was great fun. That's the one that goes out on Sunday. Because the world hasn't stopped throwing out stupid stories for us to talk about. So it was really, really good.
And it was a huge hit, wasn't it?
Oh, it went really, really well. I mean, they were thrilled. They think it did 3 or 4 times as much as they thought it would. So we've far exceeded that.
And about 10 times as much as we thought.
Yeah, we were able to go, all right, we'll do it.
All right, we'll come in here for 2 weeks, shall we, before you get rid of this?
And now 2 months later, you want us back for more? Okay, fine, we'll do it. Honestly, we'd come straight back in on this one with this, possibly the perfect Mock the Week story of this, the guy from the SNP spending 400 grand on just a list, just to sit down and list the pens.
20 grand worth of pens.
The pepper grinders.
Yeah, 4 grand on one fountain pen.
Yeah, and
chopsticks was the thing.
£150 of chopsticks.
£150 per stick.
It's the perfect. No, there's no victim other than maybe people who wanted to pay for Scottish independence. I mean, they may feel there's no victim.
There's no victim. As you embezzle from the SNP.
I don't think you can use that as a defence, though. Can you?
Where was the money gone otherwise? It's better than it went here. There was a lament that the story didn't end with him in a chase in the van. Shoving curry paste into his mouth.
Maybe the people who
Nicola was grinding pepper to trip up.
On the basis, it's a very serious topic, of course, and the people who did put money into
of course,
people,
very respect for that.
Maybe the fairest way would have done it to have had a kind of draw for all those people who did put into the SNP.
That's not bad.
So you have won. Oh, come on, please be the motorhome, please. The chopstick, chopstick.
Like Bullseye, like the end of Bullseye.
The notion there's probably I presume there's going to be a police auction of it. I presume to get the money back, they're going to sell them. So if you have your eye on a £2,600,
either that or Nick in Glasgow has got an incredibly good coffee machine. So how many shows are you doing?
We're doing 5, because of the compilation as well. We'll do 5 over the course of this month, and then we'll come back in September and do a proper series. And there's we always kind of did it during the summer, and you always regret that there won't be anything, but this summer is because we haven't even started talking about the World Cup. We haven't even started discussing the Cape Verde or whatever, Curacao or whatever. The many great who's not going to be let into the country element of it all.
Deleting tweets as we speak.
Yes.
Dara, you've been on it since the start. But Rhys, how many series have you done now? 2 or 3? Is it 3 or 4?
Oh no,
including
I actually got no idea. But I did the first episode I ever did was the week of the Brexit result.
Right.
So so it is 10 years. That is 10 years.
Right.
Some of those years we weren't on the air.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Yeah.
I'm not sure how many series it is, but this is the second. I don't know if this counts as a series or is it a little series 1.5 on TLC.
Exactly.
But it's last series we did in January, February, March was my first one as a regular.
I used to warm it up. Dara will know that. I used to warm the show up and didn't need it. Didn't need warming up because Dara would come out and absolutely kill the audience for a long time. But it used to be known as this bear pit, didn't it, Dara? It was really known as a bear pit and sort of everyone up against each other. And now it feels a lot. When you watch it, it feels a lot more.
I think there's a difference between people who predominantly come from clubs. And who are elbows and got to get my line in, to people who do a lot more appearing on each other's podcasts and working together and whatever and bailing each other out and doing long Edinburgh runs and stuff like that. So it feels like a much more collaborative generation, which suits me. The bear pit thing's a bit like roast stuff. I don't particularly enjoy it, but the messing around I do, and this generation is just better for that. So it's so
we just got less to say, I reckon.
There's that as well.
We're not going. I want to get my 10 gags in about the SNP. We're going. I'll say one. I'll say my one, and then let you say something.
I think you're all happier, just at some fundamental level happier than 50, 20 years ago, where we seemed to be desperate. we were this is the time when Lamar would be hosting, with a famously unfriendly man. The first time he spoke to me was after I'd done the show. At no stage during the build-up or during the show, I said 2 words to me.
Like Roy Keane doing it.
It was the equivalent of him who would ping the ball to you really fast.
Yeah,
and if you look for you go, this is never mind the buzzcocks. You got to control the ball quickly here. That was the attitude. So it's grand. So I know. Whereas obviously, as you can see from Arsenal, champions are much more collaborative.
Team
work together.
I'd sense their kind of hands across North London field. We were all very supportive, and last week it all win, didn't we, Rhys?
I don't know what you're on about, mate. I don't think they did the Premier League this year, did they?
No.
I certainly didn't see anything about it. I did see some stuff about the Champions League, but I didn't see anything about the Premier League. They just just wrote it off, I thought.
So you were in Budapest?
I was in Budapest, yes, I was, yeah.
A fun evening, barring the penalty shootout.
You know, it was I was head and hands all right for the moment. It was an amazing thing. It was it's a great event. And we even chat, you know, in a universally appreciated move. They put me and Rob and Ramesh onto the coverage pitch side, which obviously everyone. Oh, great!
Oh, good.
They'll have some. They'll really inform the pre-match discussion. Yeah, and so
it's nice for Ramesh to go to a telly though.
It is good. Yeah, it's good.
It's exposure. Yeah. Rob and Ramesh versus the Champions League.
Yeah. But it was.
They should have had to take a penalty each.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It might in keeping with their,
might as well
with their at the end. Yeah. I know which two I'm replacing.
But it was just more that zoo of a thing on the pitch side, where you obviously the shot you see is just of the little table with Laura Woods and whoever there, like whatever. But there's another 20 of those, and you walk along the line, them literally going, well, that's Robert Pires behind that, so that's French TV. Yeah. There's Schmeichel, so that's clearly Danish TV. And you can walk along the line, and they're like in and out, like and it's all off the pitch, and then it's all back on at half time. That was an amazing.
And did you go on all of them? Did you have to go and try and speak Danish with Peter Schmeichel?
If you're Irish, you know.
Oh yeah,
world.
You know,
citizens of the world.
Wouldn't I like to be in Tivoli now? Tivoli, hanging out with the rest of the Copenhagen people out there. I don't know. You got a little bit of colour for the locals and everywhere, whenever you had.
And we're dreaming the 16th next year, aren't we? Onward and upward.
Wouldn't it be incredible?
Yeah,
just a stress-free season. Yeah. Don't care where we finish.
I think the most changed points tally this year, it could be yours. I think that could be a thing.
You've
been a bit patronising here.
I'm trying to be encouraging.
He wouldn't take that, would you, Paul? He turned.
So you can see the Motley Week Summer Special starting this Sunday 9 p.m. on TLC. Thank you for popping in, guys.
Pleasure.
To see you, Dara Breen and yes, Reece James. That's it. I knew the name.
Chelsea right back.
That's right.
Just think
it's such a famous football. So when you book restaurants, Rick, have you ever gone? It's Reece James.
Yeah, I always say that, and then they quickly whip off the blue flag that we've got on the desk. And go, oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
Good to see you, but thanks very much for coming in. Still to come, we're going to be finding out more about this Real Madrid.
Sorry, Paul. The cricket is 33 for 3. Just so. Just so you need updates on that.
All right. Okay. Yeah, the cricket is not going well. Okay. Well, that will be coming up. Tom's going to bring us the news very shortly. We're going to talk about Real Madrid and all this upset with Erling Haaland. That's all to come. But England, well, they're collapsing is pushing it a bit, but it's not far off. Anyway, more on that in the news with Tom very shortly.
Crookie, what about Elliot Anderson? We're led to believe that opening bid from City has been knocked back from Forest. Is it just a case of a matter of time this one getting over the line?
I think so, and again, no surprise that City have tried to make their move early. We were told at talkSPORT a couple of weeks ago that in an ideal world, Elliot Anderson's future would be sorted before he kicked his first ball for England at the World Cup. Obviously, City are trying to get this one done. We know that Evangelos Marinakis can be a difficult negotiator. Just ask Tottenham and Morgan Gibbs-White from this time last year. But all the information I have is that City have always been Elliot Anderson's preferred choice, despite the fact there's also interest from Manchester United. This is a deal I do expect to happen. And again, it comes back to what we said at the start of the section. Real Madrid and Rodri, if they get Elliot Anderson in, could the time be right to cash in on Rodri, who clearly hasn't been the same player since returning from injury as he was before?
Crookie, I've got some breaking news. I've heard from my sources at Aston Villa that Morgan Rogers is staying. Is that correct, mate?
we shall see, Gabby. Listen, the interest from Arsenal is genuine. I'm told that there have been early discussions between Arsenal and the Morgan Rogers camp, and I think if a huge bid comes in, I'm talking 80 to 100 million pound, then Villa.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Commercial vehicles that go the distance for your business. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
With the headlines at 2:03, I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. We're back underway at Lords after the first rain delay of England's summer. 2 words, Sam Ellard. Oh dear.
Yes, oh dear indeed. 2 wickets in 2 overs for New Zealand. England 33 for 3. Duckett went for 19. Nathan Smith going around the wicket. Full ball nipping back into Ben Duckett. Hit him on the pad. He was out for 19. The next over, Will O'Rourke coming into Jacob Bethel. Again, pitching the ball up, full angling into the left-hander. It was given not out on field. The ball ended up going to Daryl Mitchell at first slip. There was a bit of confusion. New Zealand reviewed. Replay showed hit him on the pad. He was plumb LBW. Work to do then for Joe Root and Harry Brook. Root's got 1 run to his name. Harry Brook yet to get off the mark. England are 34 for 3.
And we'll have live updates throughout the rest of the course of the day. Now, the Manchester City chairman is confident the club will continue to be successful without Pep Guardiola. Khaldun Al-Mubarak has spoken to the club's website.
There will be players, and there will be coaches, and there will be executives. It's part of life. But we will keep going, and we will continue to deliver.
This as the club is considering legal action against Real Madrid. A presidential hopeful said the club would sign Erling Haaland under his tenure, but City say no chance. Now, we understand Andoni Iraola's appointment at Liverpool is imminent. He's set to sign a 2-year contract and is in Liverpool today to complete the formalities. The Leeds captain Ethan Ampadu says he always had his mind set on staying at the club this summer. He's signed a new 4-year contract. Speaking to LUTV, he says he's confident the side can move forward next season.
We're also realistic that, you know, we still have to stay in the Premier League again. For some teams, it's been shown that the second year could even maybe be a little bit harder, but we want to progress, or we want to build. We want to build on the positivity in the environment.
And Rick Parry has been re-elected as the EFL's chairman for another 3 years. Get more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
The family of murdered teenager Henry Novak says they don't want anger to tear communities apart. That's ahead of their meeting with the Prime Minister this afternoon. Sinead has more in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 400 EV-ready centres across the UK, we're top of the league for electric car owners. Visit quickfit.com and book today.
Sunny spells for most areas, but still some showers lingering. Those showers heavy and possibly thundery in places. Cool with a blustery wind.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Luton supporting comedian and author and illustrator Olaf Falafel popping in a little bit later on. We're going to be off to Philly and we're going to be chatting to the Deputy Secretary of Tourism for Pennsylvania, Anne Ryan. She's trying to entice the England fans, saying that
it's a bit cheaper than New York and a little bit easier to get around.
She's going to extol the virtues of Pennsylvania as a good base if you're heading over at the World Cup and you haven't sorted out your accommodation yet. And our own Faye Carruthers will join us live from Miami with the England squad, who have got some home comforts, including some Haribo and plenty of baked beans, I'm sure. much hilarity will ensue.
Oh, yeah.
But before all of that, as Tom was just saying in the bulletin, it's all kicking off with Manchester City and one of the presidential candidates at Real Madrid, albeit the one that probably has got no chance of winning. So it's very easy to play fantasy football and hold up shirts
of course,
Erling Haaland when you know you haven't got to back it up. I'm surprised you didn't come out with a few more names.
Well, it's like an MP who says they're going to drop all taxes, Paul, if they get in.
That's it. You'll never... Yeah, that's right. Your bins will be emptied every week.
Count bin face, it is more or less, isn't it?
It was a little bit like that. But let's find out a bit more about the elections and all the mayhem of what's gone on and City threatening legal action, which has been a bit over the top. But anyway, Phil Kitramalides is a Spanish football expert. Good afternoon, Phil.
Good afternoon, guys.
I mean, maybe I'm doing Riquelme, who's the other candidate alongside Perez, a disservice, but he hasn't really got any chance of winning. He's gonna get trashed, isn't he?
I like it. Enrique Count Bin Face Riquelme could go into his campaign. Listen, when he started the campaign, and remember, it's only been going a couple of weeks, even 10 days since Florentino Perez announced these elections that he didn't need to announce, by the way. He's got a mandate for another 3 years, but he thought people were talking about him. There were whispers in the shadows. He said, right, if you want a piece of me, come and have it. Let's have elections. Remember, there haven't been elections at Real Madrid since 2006, 20 years without elections. Up pops Enrique Riquelme, and everybody thinks at the start of this campaign, no chance, absolutely no chance he's going to displace the most successful Real Madrid president in recent memory. But slowly but surely, his campaign has, I think, eroded some of the doubts. He's still going to lose. He's not going to win, but I don't think it's going to be by the landslide. So people were talking about, Florentino getting 95% of the votes at the start of the campaign. I think we're down to people maybe saying 65% for Florentino. And this is a chance for people to show Real Madrid fans and Real Madrid members who vote, there is another option. Florentino's been standing unopposed because he changed the parameters by which you have to fulfill to be Real Madrid president. He changed them, so he made it very difficult for anyone else to actually be able to stand. Well, this guy's come, who's younger, very rich and very able to stand. And he's probably going to lose, but I think he's definitely making a name for himself. And I think the idea for him is to maybe go again in the next elections, because Enrique Riquelme is only 37.
Yeah, I sort of dropped in on a little Real Madrid fans forum, and they were saying that it's he's looking at the long game. They were also saying it's quite good that Florentino Perez actually has to front up for a change and tell you what he's thinking, and also maybe get his nose blooded a little bit. That never hurts.
Yeah. And also, I think the campaign that Enrique Riquelme has run has actually conditioned what Florentino Perez has been saying and how he has run his campaign. Because at the start, Florentino's campaign was basically, lads, I'm Florentino Perez. We've won all these European Cups with me. Obviously you're going to vote for me. And now I think he's had to change a few things. He's announced a few things for members. He's said that members are going to get a commemorative T-shirt every year.
Yeah,
which I haven't had nice. Before. I don't know if that's a vote swinger.
People do like merch.
But yeah.
They do like
everybody
merch.
likes a freebie, don't they? I suppose.
The Monster Raving Looney Party was based near where I grew up, and they used to offer people a pasty on their birthday as a if you voted for them.
Wow.
If they got in. So I don't know if that's a similar thing.
I suppose it is, really, isn't it? It's Phil, we're going to come back to you in a minute because unfortunately we are going to return to Lords where Sam Allard's watching England versus New Zealand, and England have lost another wicket, Sam.
Oh, it's good to be back, Paul, isn't it? Good to be back. Test match cricket's back, and England are in a lot of trouble here at Lords. No Matt Henry for New Zealand, no problem. He's off the pitch with back spasm. They might not need him. England are 34 for 4, and Will O'Rourke has the big wicket of Joe Root for 1. It hits a good line and good length. A little bit of extra bounce off the surface, found the outside edge of Joe Root's bat, and it is caught behind. After 10 overs, we had a lengthy delay because of rain. Since we've returned over the last half an hour, New Zealand are absolutely on fire. They have 3 wickets. They got Duckett for 19, Bethel for 6, and now it's the big one. Joe Root gone for 1. Will O'Rourke, the 6'5" seam bowler, is bowling beautifully. Jamie Smith in at 6 is about to join Harry Brook at the crease. England with plenty of work to do. Here at Lords, they're 34 for 4.
Wow. Okay. I the language Andy must be using at the moment. But we'll find out at 3:30 when he joins us for the spread. Phil Kitramalides, the Spanish football expert, is with us. We're talking about all the fallout from these Haaland stories and the Real Madrid presidential election. Enrique Riquelme, the one that is going to lose the election, said Haaland has a release clause and he wants to come to Madrid. City are upset, and they've issued a statement saying that is not true. I mean, they could have laughed it off because, there is something quite laughable. Maybe the fact they haven't would suggest, I'm not saying there's something in it, but certainly that they have taken it seriously.
Does Haaland have a release clause?
Well, none of us know. Yeah. Maybe that's what they're suggesting.
Yeah, I mean, if Riquelme's come out and said it, he must be fairly confident that there is a release clause. Nobody seems to be able to give any kind of definitive answer whether or not he can. I think it's a little bit of what you were saying earlier in the introduction. If you know that you're probably not going to win an election, then it's very easy to make these kind of promises. And the images that we're seeing now, if people are watching us, by the way, of the presentation of this from Enrique Riquelme, it was on a very surreal Spanish TV
with
program.
2 puppets in front of him, like a zig and zag, Spanish zig and zag.
Yeah, it's Spanish zig and zag. It's a very popular...
Fig and fag. That's it. Yeah. Of course
it's a very popular show. It was a bit reminiscent of when Florentino went on El Chiringuito to announce the Super League. It's very on brand for Spain. But yeah, I mean, he must be pretty confident. He said Rodri as well. I'm going to sign Rodri and I'm going to sign Erling Haaland. I think Rodri is actually like gettable. And even Florentino might be looking at Rodri as well. And if you compare it to what Florentino said, I'm going to sign Renate, Denzel Dumfries, and I'm bringing Mourinho back. It's not quite as blockbuster as what is being announced by Enrique Riquelme, but it's probably a lot more truthful and a lot more based in reality. Sorry, Phil. On the Madrid, blockbuster comments from Enrique Riquelme, and I think the presidential elections are going to be tighter on Sunday than people thought at the start. Even announcing Haaland and Rodri, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Just a quick one on Jose. What's the feeling amongst the sort of Madrid fans that you've encountered, and what's the kind of vibe around him coming back?
He's an unbelievably divisive character, Jose Mourinho. So I think half of Real Madrid's supporters absolutely love him to the death. Think, yeah, that's exactly who we need right now. And the other half are thinking, are you serious? We're bringing that guy back to this team now, into this divided dressing room. Are you completely mad? So they're very divided, very, very divided. He's someone that Florentino Perez has kind of like this idea to bring Jose Mourinho has been bubbling at the back of his mind for a while. It kind of feels like with Florentino Perez, he just goes back to old flames. So he brought back Ancelotti, he's brought back Zidane, he's brought back Jose Mourinho now. Apart from those 3 managers, no one's had more than a year as manager of Real Madrid under Florentino Perez. So he's got these guys that he sort of trusts and has sort of romanticized, idealized versions in his mind of. I really don't know if Jose Mourinho is the kind of figure that Real Madrid need right now. And yeah, the fan base is very, very divided about him coming back.
Phil, good to talk to you as always. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Phil.
Pleasure, guys. Spanish
football expert Phil Kitramalides there, and we'll keep an eye. I think it's this weekend they vote, but it is going to be Florentino Perez, certainly.
I wonder if, and on the text we'd like people may have been drawn in by club captains or people trying to get onto sports club committees with promises of what was going to happen.
Oh yeah,
and then those things never happen. Paul, maybe we'd like that. If anyone's got any of those,
any promises you were made as a fan, maybe.
If I'm the cricket club captain, for instance, there'll be free tea every day. Whatever, I don't know.
Oh, I'm with you.
Just saying,
we won't have to share a box anymore if I get in.
Yeah, we don't need any.
It won't be the club box.
yeah, I'll get 2 boxes.
Now we're off to Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah,
and the World Cup, of course, is just around the corner, and it's a good base. State is a very good base to watch the World Cup.
Go to the World Cup.
And if you're still, maybe you're still thinking, I'm going to get out there, but where am I going to stay? Well, our next guest can maybe point us in the right direction, and we'll be crossing to Pennsylvania very, very shortly. Later on, got a birthday spread. Tim Vickery's going to join us. We'll have foot inside the Brazil camp as well as the England camp with their own Faker others later on this hour.
Let's talk about the World Cup then in a bit more detail. England, of course, touched down in America ahead of the competition. Let me get your views on the squad. Lots of players that a lot of people should have been in it weren't. Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, Gibbs White, Adam Wharton, Trent, of course, Harry Maguire being another one. What have you made of the squad and the players that aren't going?
All of them players are the real technicians. Adam Wharton, Foden, Cole Palmer, Trent. And Trent. So my opinion personally is the majority of them players should have gone, because I think that holding the ball in a World Cup is the most crucial thing, and being that team. But Thomas has gone the other way. Thomas, you can see he's picked by the team he's picked. It's going to be a sort of low to mid block, and he's going to look for counter-attacking football, right? So personally, I would have done it differently, but I like the fact that he's picked the type of players for his style of football that he thinks going to do it. And like, we're still a week gone from the squad, and we're still talking about the players not there. I'm almost like, listen, nobody would have picked now 26 players that Thomas would have picked. So we'd all have a disagreement somewhere. It's done now. That it's history. Like, this is the way we're going. And I like the fact he's strong enough to go, I want these players, and these are the players that are going to do it for me.
It's a crazy one, because for me, I understand what you're saying there, but the Gibbs White one to me just doesn't make any sense. You know, when you're trying to rack your brain, he has been...
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18+, begambleaware.org.
Time to talk racing now. Ryan McHugh joins us from Paddy Power with all the latest news and odds. Good afternoon, Ryan.
Good afternoon, lads. Hope you're both keeping well.
Yeah, pretty good. We got the Derby Festival this weekend at Epsom, haven't we?
Yeah, a couple of cracking days racing, lads. I'm going to spin through the 3 Group 1s over the couple of days. So we'll start with the Oaks tomorrow. Favourite Amelia Earhart was as big as 100-1 with ourselves prior to getting off the mark at the back end of last season. It was her 5th attempt to win at Leopardstown. And after that victory that evening, we went 50-1 and then subsequently 33-1. So plenty of customers are on at fancy prices. She is now a 2-1 favourite with ourselves, so much shorter. Legacy Link, of course, won the Musadora at York. That's into 7-2 now. She is, having been around 8-1 prior to that win. She's one of our biggest anti-post liabilities of the race, unsurprisingly. But with 9 going to post, lads, it does open up well for having an each-way bet. I thought Ala Prashane was the one to be on here around 7-1. She has over 3 lengths to find with the favourite from when they last met at Chester back last month, but did miss the start a little bit that day, and that was only her 2nd career start. So I think at 7-1, with plenty of improvement to come from Ala Prashane, she might be the one to be on each way in the Oaks tomorrow at 4 p.m. On to Saturday, the Coronation Cup at 2:40 is a cracking renewal of the race. The score is 1-1 between the 5-4 favourite Calandigan and Jan Bruegel. Jan Bruegel beat Calandigan in the race last season, but since then Calandigan has won 5 Group 1s on the bounce all over the world. So he's looking to get his revenge on Jan Bruegel on Saturday. Lambourn, you throw in last year's Derby winner, of course, and Convergent. It looks to be a really fascinating race. Jan Bruegel's task was made easier last time at Chester when he won the Ormond Stakes with a withdrawal of a fancied horse late on that day, but he did show his class to win. I suspect Lambourn will make the run in this race like he did to win the Derby last year, so if people want to back a front runner in that Coronation Cup on Saturday, he will be out in front and may well stay there like he did in the Derby last year. He's a 13-2 chance, but for me, Calandigan, it's all about him. I think he can make it 6 Group 1 wins on the bounce. As I said, he is a 5-4 chance with ourselves. The Derby then, the feature of the weekend, takes place at 4 p.m. on Saturday. 14 go to post, so we are paying an extra place, 4 places to each way bets instead of 3. Benvenuto Cellini, he was 20-1 after winning a Killarney Maiden last July. He was into 8-1 after winning an Irish Champions weekend, so his price has contracted all the way down now to a 2-1 chance. Aidan O'Brien is looking for his 4th win, the Epsom Derby in a row, so he is a 2-1 favourite. Item is the nearest challenger in the betting at 4-1. He, of course, won the Dante last time. He's unbeaten in 3 starts, Item. He's looking to extend that unbeaten record and take out the Derby on Saturday. But plenty of punters, including myself, haven't given up on Pierre Bonnard, Aidan O'Brien's 2nd string on paper. He's only a 5-1 chance, despite having not won this season in 2 starts. But Aidan O'Brien is quoted as saying that he was trying to give him as much time as he can to let him strengthen up as the season goes on, with the Derby being his ultimate aim on Saturday. So at 5-1 with the extra places we have on offer on Saturday in the Derby, Pierre Bonnard is the one I fancy in that. But so high quality action, lads, at Epsom over the coming days.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Cheers, Ryan.
Cheers, lads.
Ryan McHugh there from Paddy Power. If you want to keep up with all the latest racing news, Paddy Power's from the Horse's Mouth podcast, available every week. You can download the latest episode from your usual podcast provider now. 18+, begambleaware.org.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18+, begambleaware.org.
50 up for England against New Zealand at Lords, albeit for the price of 4 wickets.
A couple have gone down as well, Paul, but, you know, they're doing all right.
Fingers crossed. Anyway, we're going to bring you live racing from Epsom tomorrow, that Derby Festival. But World Cup, of course, we turn our attention once again to the World Cup under a week to go now. A week to go now, should I say. And Philadelphia is gearing up. State of Pennsylvania is gearing up. And it's a good position to be in if you are looking to get around the country. They're going to be welcoming fans from Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Brazil, Haiti, France, Iraq, Curacao, Croatia, Ghana, and they've got a round of 16 game as well. Joining us now to tell us more, I'm Ryan, who's the Deputy Secretary of Tourism, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Good afternoon, Anne.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hello from Philadelphia.
Thanks. So you're ready for the influx. It's the great thing about going to a World Cup and being in a city is that you kind of just as the Ecuadorian fans leave, in come the Brazilians, and then in come the French. There's
no
great.
rest. There's no rest for the weary, but we are ready for it. You can feel the energy now. The city is decked out. in FIFA World Cup branding and signage. Like, the energy is so high. Our fan festival is currently being built. And we're ready to welcome England fans as well. We know you don't have any matches in Philadelphia, but your early matches are along the East Coast. And as a pub culture and a city that loves unhinged football fans, we're ready to welcome you.
Is it a bit cheaper as well, maybe, to be at sort of a New York and maybe even Boston? Would it be a bit more budget friendly?
Yeah, so Philadelphia is definitely a more affordable option. Our hotels, you can still get a hotel for $250, $300 a night, which would be considered affordable, compared to New York and Boston. The other affordability factors around transport. You can get from Philadelphia to MetLife if you are planning to attend a match in New York in 90 minutes. And the ticket is less than $30 round trip. Wow. You can get to Boston via Amtrak in 4 hours. That ticket fluctuates. But if you're staying in New York, you're going to be paying over $100 just to get to MetLife Stadium. There's going to be longer wait times. So we're hearing from a lot of our colleagues and friends in New York that they plan to come down to Philadelphia to experience the World Cup because it's just a more manageable city. It's affordable, it's walkable, it's intimate. And if you do want to try to see a match in Philadelphia, it's only going to cost you $2.90 to get from Center City to our stadiums. So the value proposition overall, it's just much more affordable, it's much easier, and we are the only U.S. city with a 39-day fan festival that is free. So there's matches you might attend, but if you're just looking for a really fun atmosphere to watch with fellow fans, Philadelphia is the only city that's going to give you that atmosphere.
And other places in Pennsylvania, I'm just looking at Pennsylvania now, and the only place I know is Allentown, and I only know that because of the Billy Joel song.
The Billy Joel song.
So
yeah, there you go.
Where else would you recommend?
Yeah. Well, if you're coming in and you're looking, to explore the outdoors, certainly the Pocono Mountains is beautiful. Lancaster County, if you're interested in the Amish and that kind of culture, just beautiful rolling hills, beautiful farmland. Gettysburg, Civil War history is fantastic. And just even the surrounding counties of Philadelphia, you have Valley Forge, which has a lot of history, that has some great shopping if you're into that. You can go as far north as the Pennsylvania Wilds. It's about a 4-hour drive where there's elk. We have internationally recognized stark skies. It's some of the best stargazing that you could see in the world. We have an incredible train culture here. So you can go west an hour or two again to Lancaster, Stroudsburg, and ride some steam locomotives. So there's so much to see and do outside of the football match. It's football match 90 minutes, right? You need other things to do. So Philadelphia's a good choice.
And of course, for us sports fans here on talkSPORT, you want to go up to the Museum of Art and you want to run up and down the rocky steps, don't you? Probably not after a cheesesteak. That probably wouldn't be a great idea.
They've put the actual statue back at the top of those steps because it wasn't there for a bit, was it? It was a replica.
Yeah, the statue's back at the top of the steps. So you can have your Rocky moment, get to the top of the steps, put your hands up, get the picture, and then go get the cheesesteak. You will have earned it by then. Yeah.
I wonder if anyone every day just climbs those steps and doesn't do the right. If you work there every day,
Yeah, I suppose you don't do the pose
like every day. It's not a legal requirement.
If you work in the Museum of Art, say, you don't just
every day.
Feel like you have to punch the air like that every day and shout Adrian.
Yeah.
So people can go Philly FWC26.com has got all the football details and everything to find out a bit more about that. But I think you've whetted the appetite of us, and I'm sure a few England fans will be thinking they may go into Philadelphia and use that as their hub. So good to talk, Joe. The World Cup. Maybe we'll check in during the World Cup and see how things are going.
Please do. Please do. We would love it. And again, we have excellent pubs here. We love drinking beer. So if you need some fans and some camaraderie, Philadelphia is your city.
I think you have a slightly strange view of the British football fan who likes to drink.
And talkSPORT.
Thank you, Anne. That's Anne Ryan there, Deputy Secretary of Tourism for Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And yet Philly has 9
looks a good
games.
idea, actually.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's nice to sort of travel around by train. If you're finding it a bit pricey to find hotels in New Jersey and Boston and stuff, a couple of hours on the train, it's not that bad, is it? Plenty to take in there. Anyway, we're going to head over to Miami, all being well, and catch up with our own Faker others in the England camp. And Olaf Falafel, comedian, author, illustrator, popping in to see us too.
Big John Fisher's never far away from our phone screens with countless laughs. Absolutely hilarious, some of the stuff in Chinese orders. But now he's even broken a record.
Go.
Egg fried rice, chicken fried rice, pork fried rice, special fried rice, Singapore fried rice, Singapore rice noodle, plain chow mein, chicken chow mein, pork chow mein, beef chow mein, chicken balls, prawn balls, pork balls, sweet and sour chicken, sweet and sour pork Hong Kong style, sweet and sour prawn, beef in black bean, chicken in black bean, pork in black bean, roast duck Chinese style, roast pork Chinese style, chicken Chinese style, crispy aromatic duck, seaweed, sesame prawn on toast, spicy pork, mixed hors d'oeuvres, chicken and sweet corn soup, chicken noodle soup, hot and sour soup, prawn crackers, chips, salt and chili chicken balls, salt and chili, pork.
Wow. 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 In your attempt today, you achieved 40 menu items in 30 seconds.
It's a solid record. You talk about my life being surreal. This has been one of the most surreal moments and one of the best moments. It's been an absolutely wonderful afternoon.
Where was the chicken poppadoms, Ali? You missed it.
Oh, stop it. I'm absolutely delighted to see the big man's joining us now. A very good morning, John. How are you, mate?
Morning, John.
Alan Brazil was told talkSPORT he's feeling much better and totally different after emergency liver transplant surgery.
My heart did stop for a bit and it came back on its own, so I'll be very frank, I'm very, very lucky.
Well, Al has thanked doctors and nurses at Adam Brooks Hospital in Cambridge for saving his life. He's also promised to be back on talkSPORT during the World Cup.
I might not be able to do 4 hours on the spin, but I'll certainly be up in London in the studio. I look forward to getting involved.
Meanwhile, Sir Alex Ferguson has been spotted out and about for the first time since his health scare seen at a restaurant in Manchester. On the blue side of Manchester, City have threatened Real Madrid with legal action. That's after a presidential hopeful claimed he'd sign Erling Haaland. City say there's no chance of a deal, but Simon Jordan has told talkSPORT the club will have to bend to Haaland's will eventually.
Haaland will do what Haaland wants to do in the end, despite his protestations to the alternate. He will do precisely what he wants to do. And I would imagine on his bucket list, in football terms, will be to play for Real Madrid. He'll not say that now.
We understand Andoni Iraola will complete the formalities of his 2-year deal at Liverpool today. And Chelsea say they've lost one of their greatest players. It's after Bobby Tambling, whose club goal record stood for 47 years, died at the age of 84.
Now, I believe England were 44 for 4. And they're obviously trying to keep a symmetry in it because, Sam Allard, they're now 55 for 5.
Yes, 55 for 5. Hopefully not 66 for 6 and 77 for 6. Hopefully he gets better at some point. I have real sympathy here for Jamie Smith because he's got an absolute beauty. England are 55 for 5. It was a full ball by Cole Jamieson, way outside of Jamie Smith's off stump. He decides not to play a shot and it nips back in massively and crashes into the off stump of Jamie Smith's wicket. wickets. We're here in the talkSPORT commentary box. We've just seen a replay on screen of the delivery without deviation and with deviation. I think it's very understandable to see why Jamie Smith didn't want to play a shot. It jags back in a lot, smashes the top of off stump, and England are 55 for 5. They went to the rain breaker or the rain stoppage at 24 for 1. They then lost 3 wickets for 10 runs. Will O'Rourke bowling beautifully. He got Bethel OW for 6th, and he bowled a really good ball to Joe Root, a good length ball which bounced off the pitch and took the outside edge. Duckett went for 19, and then that beauty from Kyle Jamieson to Jamie Smith for 1. Harry Brooks not out on 20, and he was dropped on 8 playing a rash cut shot, and he was dropped a backward point by Devon Conway. So Brooks got 20, lucky to still be there. The captain Ben Stokes, who's been in really poor form with the bat, is new to the crease, and England have got plenty of work to do. And a reminder, this is a New Zealand pace attack who are without Matt Henry, who's off the pitch because of back spasms, but at the moment they are not missing him at all. It's been, what, 6 months, boys? 5 months England last played test match cricket. We all came to the ground today with hope, expectation of a new look England team. At the moment, same old England in big trouble at 57 for 5.
You should have Sunday off, Sam.
Yeah, that's true. You
I
can.
might get Saturday off at this point as well. It might just be a 2-day test match, you know.
Wow, it's a bit worrying. Anyway, thank you, Sam. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
So we're joined in the studio now by comedian, author and illustrator Olaf Falafel. Olaf, good afternoon.
Hello, how you doing?
He's a silly business, Paul, isn't he? That's what
Yes. You are off to the Edinburgh Fringe, and you do some great kid shows, don't you?
Well, I mean, I've done it for 5 years. This is my 5th year doing kid shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I've just found that, so my grown-up shows were quite stupid.
Yeah.
And quite silly. And the people who came along to those knew that it's not going to be serious. And then I found a lot of it would transfer into kid shows. And I found a lot of kids were turning up at my grown-up show, and I just thought, well, I may as well do a proper kid show.
Yeah.
Basically just take out all the swears and try and fit in a few hidden bits for grown-ups.
For the, couple for the mums and dads.
Yeah. I've got a bit about sporks that does have a slightly rude bit, but the kids don't get.
They don't get it.
Grown-ups do. Yeah,
that's nice.
It's basically, you know, when you've got cutlery that has the function of a spoon and a fork, we call it a spork.
Yeah.
I was looking at a cheese knife, which obviously has the function of a knife and a fork. What do you call that?
Sure.
And kids do say norks.
Yeah, oh, good stuff.
Right, okay.
Very good.
And the grown-ups laugh and the kids don't know what I'll move on.
Yeah, very good.
I used to work in a helium balloon factory until they let me go.
That's the name of my grown-up show, yeah.
Do you know helium balloons? Well, helium is in the news because of the Strait of Hormuz being blocked. There's a helium shortage.
helium
It's not going to affect your act, is it?
It won't. There is no actual helium. It is just a stupid...
Good pun. Nice joke.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work in a helium balloon factory until they let me go. I still speak highly of them.
Hey,
there we go.
Yeah.
And the kids like that.
That's the grown-up one.
Yeah.
The kids one is called My Stupidest Super Stupid Show. This time it's stupider.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit subtle for the kids.
The good thing about a kids show as well is you always have to sell 2 tickets. They're not allowed to come on their own.
Oh, yeah. What
So
about
you
that?
sell double the tickets. Very, very good. Having done a kids show.
Oh, okay. So you've tried to muscle in on Olaf's territory.
No, Charlie did it long before I did. My kids actually came to Charlie's.
Wow,
Yeah, the greatest goat of all time. Might be coming back, actually, that one.
Oh,
but
good.
this is about your show.
Yeah.
Not my show.
At the Laughing Horse at the Counting House.
Oh, great.
That's where I am, yeah. I've been there the last couple of years in the wonderful ballroom.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's on the Free Fringe, which is basically not part of one of the big fringe production-y companies, but they're very good, and they've looked after me for a long time.
And by free, it's free up points of entry, Paul.
Yes.
That's right.
You do have to pay to get out.
Well, actually, the kids one,
Pay to get out.
it's a bit of a... I don't want to say it's a bit of a con. It's not a con. The kids one, you actually can buy tickets to, because the kids one, you don't want to turn up to a kids show and then turn you away. So they do offer tickets for the kids one, but the other one, you turn up and then it's kind of pay what you want on the way out.
Yeah, terrible advert. Why is he crying? Oh, trying to go to
Does it work? I mean, it obviously works as a concept because it's survived for quite a long time, the Free Fringe. So people are decent on the way out, are they?
I mean, people are pretty decent, and I always look at it from a point of view of, there are people who have come to see my show for I've been doing it since 2015, 2016. And there's people who come back every year and they're super fans who will reward you financially well, and then there are others who've never seen you before and might take a punt, and perhaps they're students or haven't got much money and might give you a quid or just a cheeky wink on the way out.
Yeah.
Without any money. Cheeky winks don't pay the bills, but yeah. So generally, on the whole, the ones who've got the money outweigh the or help pay for the ones who don't.
Yeah, you have to have a good bucket speech. I've never done the free fringe, but people swear by having a good bucket speech.
Yeah,
I
tend to rope in the fantastic comedian Mark Silcox, who every year he does a bit of a pre-recorded cameo for me.
Very
Mark
nice.
Silcox?
Yeah, I do. Yes, of course. I do.
Brilliant.
Yeah, very good.
So, a Laughing Horse at the Counting House and your adult show, Laughing Horse at the Pear Tree.
The Pear Tree, they're very close to each other as well, which is nice.
And you have a new book out as well.
It's out today.
Oh,
so
excellent.
it's quite exciting.
This is the other thing, isn't it? You're a brilliant illustrator.
And you go to a lot of schools and talk to the kids. And
I was in a couple of schools yesterday. One in Aylesbury and one in Tring.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because there's a great guy who runs. He basically runs Tring, I think.
Right.
You know.
I'm doing Tring Comedy Festival with Maisie Adam. Yeah. We're doing a show there.
So your new book, Dave, Don't Give Up.
Dave, Don't Give Up. It's all about a dung beetle who is a dad called Dave. And there is a bit of dadness to it, especially with Father's Day coming up. So if you're a dad of kids who are 6 or under, or a mum or a grandparent or anyone who's got kids of 6 and under, it's about a dung beetle who has to basically push a ball of poo up a hill. I go into schools and I tell them this, and I say, you'll understand it when you're older kids. We all have to do things we don't know why, and
you do all the illustrations yourself.
Yeah. So I was telling Charlie just outside, I've got a book that I've got a deadline. Hopefully my editor at Puffin isn't listening to me not working and being on here.
Got to plug the book.
Yeah, I've got to plug them. But I've got a deadline that is coming up very quickly, and I'm really looking forward to sitting at home drawing whilst the football's on.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Have Luton got a player at the World Cup? An existing player?
Well,
you've had ex-players.
Technically not. So we've had a few close calls where players, if their teams that have done a bit better in the playoffs, so Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Jamaica.
Yeah.
But we've also got, well, I say we haven't got Ali Al-Hamadi, who was Ipswich's player, but he was on loan with us.
Oh, right.
So he's not official. I think
yeah.
there was some kind of right to buy thing if we'd have gone up, and we didn't. There was a glimmer of hope. I mean, I had the hope. We were awful last season for the first half, and then Jack Wilshere came in. He didn't really find his feet straight away. And then February-ish onwards, we put a nice run together.
Yeah.
I got the hope, so obviously I travelled to Mansfield and Rotherham. And
it's fun though.
Bolton. It is fun. I love it. No 0-0s there though. We were talking about 0-0s.
You like a 0-0, don't you?
The joy of a 0-0.
Well, I was on another podcast, and it just so happens. I'd never thought about it before, but they were talking about my favourite games that I've been to, and it turns out that they're all 0-0s. I'm actually wearing a Cologne FC Cologne
it's a nice shirt.
Yes.
I do like a stripe, and I was at the England, was it Slovenia?
Slovenia.
It was in the last Euros,
Yeah.
and it was the last group game, and it was a 0-0, but it was such a great day.
Because everybody leaves happy. You're a people pleaser. That's what it is.
Oh, well, there we are.
No one's lost. No one's lost.
I think whoever
No one's been sad because no one's scored to make them sad, even though you've equalised.
And I think Slovakia needed a draw to get through to the next round, which was the first time in their history.
It wasn't terrible.
So they were happy.
No.
I was at that. It was awful.
I was happy because it was sunny and we'd had a few refreshments.
So the book is out today.
The book is out today, yeah.
Dave, don't give up.
A lot of the parents will know your work.
A tale of resilience, persistence and poo. That's what this show, Paul.
It is. A lot of emphasis on the poo.
I was trying to think who are the most famous sporting Daves.
Oh, yeah.
In all of their...
Beckham.
Beckham's the football one.
Dave?
He's not a Dave. He's a David, isn't he? He's got to be a Dave.
I mean, it could be. I'm happy with Davids.
Yeah, okay. Well, fair enough.
Davids, if we're thinking...
Oh, right, wow. There's plenty
only one
there.
David.
So, Dave, Don't Give Up, out today, and you can go and see Olaf up at Edinburgh at the Laughing Horse, the Pear Tree, his adult show and his kids show at the Laughing Horse. Counting House Pear. That's right, Pear Tree. I've got it now. Anyway, he's in Edinburgh.
You'll find it.
You'll see the posters. They're very striking. Good to see you, Olaf.
Lovely to see you.
And enjoy the World Cup. All the best.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
We're off to Miami very shortly. Aaron Faker is going to join us for a chat. There's comfort food in the camp, including Haribo and baked beans. More on that with Faye in a few moments' time. If you've only got time for one stop, first stop, Tool Station.
Listen, Gab,
Yes.
Elliot Anderson, brilliant season. I mean, fantastic player. I think the proof in the pudding, the fact that he's an automatic choice in that England team, Thomas Tuchel's England team. What's he worth? Are we getting crazy? He's not worth 100 million, is he?
No, do you know what, Ali? Probably like a couple of months ago, I was like, maybe that's a bit much. But when you look at his whole season, played every game in the Premier League, Ali, 38 appearances, 4 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah.
And people might look at those stats and say, okay, that's okay. But this is a defensive midfielder, more or less, at Forest. Yes, he had the licence to get forward, but he wasn't playing number 10 like Gibbs White was. He can do everything, Ali. Win the ball back as a number 6. He can He can play further forward as an 8 as well. You could play him off the wing if you wanted to, Ali, and he'd have a good game. He's got everything. Can score goals. Can pass the ball. Can get the ball back. He's got legs. 23 years of age as well. Koisty. It's a great age as well. I think it's a no-brainer. 100 million. With inflation as well, from Declan Rice when he went to Arsenal, I think that's a fair price.
Okay, mate. Well, if that deal gets done, it very much looks as though it possibly could, and then, well, immediate.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
In the club with the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami. Welcome to Miami.
Yes, we're heading to Miami now, where the England team, of course, are building up to their friendly against New Zealand, live on talkSPORT on Saturday, and the World Cup getting underway next week. Faye Carruthers joins us from I don't know if she's in, is it South Beach, Faye, where you are?
Not quite, a little bit further up than South Beach. That's a few miles down the road. We're going to go down there a little bit later on. This is a beach just a little bit further up near Hollywood. Not the Hollywood that Ben Jacobs has been at, by the way. This is the Hollywood in Miami. And I have to say, that song has become an earworm for me, Will Smith, and Welcome to Miami. And when we go down to Ocean Drive, I cannot get Lighthouse Family out of my head either. It's one of those kind of iconic places, iconic songs.
I got caught in Hurricane Wilma while I was there, so I'm slightly mixed. Slightly mixed memories of being probably on that beach you are now. We were reading today, because obviously it's the silly season where all the mad stories come up ahead of a World Cup, is that there are some home comforts in the England camp. These include quite a lot of baked beans and some Haribo. I don't know quite where that leaves us, but there we are. That's what they're saying.
Well, baked beans have plenty of protein in, so that makes plenty of sense.
Sure.
I think there's some scrambled eggs in there as well, but they basically want to make the players feel as comfortable as possible, have their home comforts around them. Haribo is the sugar hit that any athlete needs afterwards. Of course, the gels are probably preferable nowadays to the Haribo, but these are elite athletes. They can have stuff like that. And this kind of prep camp that they're having in Florida isn't where the hardcore work is going to take place. That's going to be when they head to Kansas after these two warm-up games in Tampa and Orlando. So they are a little bit more chilled here at West Palm Beach.
The beach doesn't look that busy, Fabe. It does look quite windy where you are. So it's not completely sort of cracking the flags, is it, really?
No, that's a wind machine they've got for me just to
the beans.
make me look like a model on the beach. No, it's the beans. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where to go with that. To be honest.
No, sorry.
No,
I apologise.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It is packed. It is packed. Slightly behind me. You're going to be grateful that it's not as busy in this little patch we're in with some of the sites that I've seen. So
okay.
You come to the beach, you don't quite know what you're gonna get, but we're about 26 degrees. The sun's just come out, which is much needed because similar, you had Hurricane Wilma, Paul. It's been pretty brutal in terms of the thunderstorms and rain and lightning and stuff that we've had over the last couple of days. The first day when we were watching the England players train up at their base in West Palm Beach, I actually got burnt. It was so hot. I put factor 30 on, but still managed to burn my shoulders. The sunshine is pretty brutal, but the breeze cools things down, but it's muggy as well because of the conditions. So it's pretty sweaty. This is probably the coolest day that we've had so far, and I'm quite grateful for this wind. Whose alarm's going off?
My alarm was going off. I can only apologise. No idea what that's for. I don't know what that's for.
What were you supposed to do?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Now I'm worried what I'm supposed to do when I'm at work in my regular show. But they want it muggy, don't they? That's the point, isn't it? That's the point of these training sessions and these games, that they want it as hot as possible.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, I was just talking to our producer, Dec, in the car about that, and I'm going to ask Thomas Tuchel tomorrow whether this is the perfect conditions or whether he wanted it a little bit hotter. Because I think when we go to Tampa, Adrian Durham and Jim Proudfoot have just landed in Tampa as part of our commentary team, and it's much hotter, bright sunshine and heat there. So it's going to be interesting, because I think the whole point of coming to Miami was to put the players under, the most intense conditions, because as Thomas Tuchel keeps saying, they're going to suffer through this tournament, because the weather is going to be brutal. We saw it at the Club World Cup last year, but we also saw at the Club World Cup last year that those thunderstorms and pauses in games can happen as well. So it's been a nightmare trying to pack for this trip, because you're kind of packing for heat waves, for terrible weather, for all sorts. So the players are definitely going to be going through all the different climates, and they'll have to acclimatise, which is what they're doing at the minute.
I'm sure they'll get a day at the beach. There'll be a photo op at some point, but they'll go down en masse, well protected, I'm sure, and get a chance to have a bit of a frolic in the waves.
Yeah, I'm sure they will do. It's gorgeous, the area that they're in, West Palm Beach, and actually Dan Byrne was speaking earlier on today about the fact that him and his family went to Orlando. They go there quite often, I think, and he was in Orlando for a good week beforehand. Some of the other players were out here acclimatising early as well. So the training obviously is different than just walking around on the beach with your family or going to Disney World, but at the same time, just because when we first arrived at Miami Airport a couple of days ago on Monday, it was kind of early evening, late afternoon when we arrived, and I walked out to go and get a trolley for the luggage, and the humidity just hits you in the face. So it's good that some of them have been out here already getting used to that, and obviously the other players that are joining up probably tomorrow and Saturday are going to feel exactly that over the next couple of days.
Could you go and ask those people behind you, Faye, where they got their beach shelter, because it's really putting up with the wind, It's
a good one.
It just looks like a really good one.
Yeah,
so,
considering that...
I might need one this summer, you never know. Just I don't know if that's useful or not.
It's not like those... It's not like those wooden ones that, the kind of wind sheeters.
No, exactly,
that were
that'd be good,
in stripy, multicolours that you take down to Brighton Beach. It's very sophisticated here in Miami.
It actually looks like a hang glider. Maybe they'll both take off in a moment.
Any minute now.
Yeah.
Take off.
Excellent. Well, I'll go and try it out, and maybe the boys will film me flying over.
That's right, you can fly to South Beach. That's the way to do it, yeah.
Brilliant, Faye.
Thanks, Faye. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
All right. Take care. See you later.
Faye Carruthers there on West Palm Beach in Miami, ahead of England's friendly against New Zealand, and that's on Saturday evening, and that'll be live on talkSPORT, of course. Yeah. And I do feel for Adrian. Factor 100.
Oh, yeah.
and a big sombrero, because he does feel the old heat.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's going to get face feeling. Isn't
They'll look after him. He'll be all right.
Okay, they'll be all right.
So a whole World Cup unfolding here on talkSPORT, of course, kicking off that England friendly this weekend. The latest episode of How to Win the World Cup is now live. Matt Ford and comedian Jacob Hawley, they sat down with the England legend John Barnes, who popped in and saw myself and Andy earlier this week. They discuss England's chances this summer if Thomas Tuchel can lead the Three Lions to World Cup glory. So check it out, How to Win the World Cup with John Barnes, available now wherever you get your podcasts and on the talkSPORT World Cup YouTube channel. Still to come, the birthday spread. The final one for a few weeks as we bring you all of our World Cup coverage at the slightly earlier time of between 10 and 1. Tim Vickery takes us into the Brazil camp, tells us more about Manchester United's new Brazilian signing, and we're going to talk more about a new documentary on the world of Greenland club football. It's quite the story.
Great. This is right up my
street.
street.
It obviously looks beautiful considering it's Greenland. And yes, the directors will be joining us for a chat very soon.
On the Wednesday morning, I worked on talkSPORT.
Yep.
And I'd been ongoing trials and so many specialists, and decided that I needed a transplant. And I'm like, I didn't want to do it, but my kids and Jill said, you got to do it, you have to do it, you are doing it. And amazingly, on the Wednesday, I was doing radio. I'd gone through loads of appointments, loads of serious questions, you know, and they decided, okay, we'll have a go at this, or else you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And on the Wednesday, I finished 9:45. I got a shout at 10 o'clock, you got to phone Addenbrooke's Hospital, and I did at 10. They said, get in right now, we've got something for you. And I jumped in a cab, went down to Cambridge, and at 2:30 that afternoon, mate, I was on the slab, and bang, and they opened me up and performed for, I think, something like 8 hours. They transplanted my liver, right? I had a tiny liver by all accounts, and they transplanted it. And I was there for 8 hours, and my heart did stop for a bit. And
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van range, helping business owners to work better and live better. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
With the headlines at 3:03, I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. We start at Lords, where it's not been the start England were hoping for, but signs of a bit of a recovery, Sam Allard.
Oh, a mini recovery. The six-wicket partnership was worth 16 runs, but a drinks in the afternoon session. England 71 for 5. England lost 3 wickets for 3 runs after the rain delay. Duckett trapped LBW for 19. Bethel trapped LBW for 6. Then Joe Root went for 1. A really good ball for Will O'Rourke, which kicked up off a length, found the outside edge of Joe Root's bat. The score was then 55 for 5 when Jamie Smith didn't play a shot, a full Cole Jameson ball, which nipped back into the right-hander and crashed into his off stump. Harry Brooks, 28, not out, but he was dropped on a backward point by Devon Conway, cutting a wide ball. It went to the fielder quickly, it went in and it went out. Brooks got 28, Stokes has got 4. Lots of work for England to do. 71 for 5.
We'll have live updates throughout the course of the rest of the day. Now, the Man City chairman Khalid Al-Mubarak says the club will continue to be successful without Pep Guardiola.
We are used to, because it's in our DNA, winning. This is a club that is designed, built to win. And what Pep has given us has taken us to the next level.
He's spoken to the club's website where he said, "We will continue to deliver." This is Man City say there's no chance they'll sell Erling Haaland to Real Madrid. A presidential hopeful claimed that something that he'd do if elected at the Bernabeu. Man City are now considering legal action. Now we understand Andoni Iraola's Liverpool appointment is imminent. He's set to sign a 2-year contract and is in Liverpool today to complete the formalities. Meanwhile, Arsenal are in advanced talks to sign Leicester youngster Jeremy Monga. We understand as many as 8 Premier League clubs were interested in his signature. The Leeds captain Ethan Ampadu says he always had in his mind set on staying at the club this summer. He signed a new 4-year contract. We understand Watford have agreed terms with Alessio Dionisi, a join from Italian side Empoli. We understand he'll bring 3 backroom staff with him. Rick Parry has been re-elected as the EFL's chairman for another 3 years, and the former Ireland rugby captain Fergus Slattery has died at the age of 77. Get more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Henry Novak's family call for a return to common sense equality, and one supermarket's saying goodbye to brown eggs for good. Sinead has more in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Keep spring journeys safe. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com to book your tyres, MOTs and servicing so you can drive away happy every time.
I think that's a Dr. Seuss book, isn't it? Sunny spells for most areas, but still some showers lingering. Those showers heavy and possibly thundery in places. Cool with blustery winds.
Get ready to get the ultimate football fan winning feeling with talkSPORT Win.
Yes, listen up. The FIFA World Cup kicks off next Thursday, and talkSPORT are sending you and a mate straight to New York to see England live with Adidas, the tournament's official match ball supplier. We're talking a trip to watch England face Panama, return flights, hotel, match tickets and spending money all taken care of. Plus, Adidas is throwing in the official try-on-the match ball and a fresh pair of boots. So here's how to enter.
Yes, for your chance to win, head to talksportwin.com or text WIN to 83338. Text and online entries cost £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or you can call 0343 418 7260. Entries must be in by 4 p.m. on June the 12th. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a talkSPORT promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now.
Now, we do love a football documentary.
Oh, yeah. This one looks beautiful, Paul.
It's called No Place for Football. It centres around football in far-flung Greenland.
Yes.
And one team in particular, B67. Many of the teams in Greenland have kind of numbers like that. G44, Kuksak 45.
Do we know why that is? Is that
I don't know.
Grid reference?
Let's find out from the people that made the movie very shortly. But first, let's give you a flavour of the film No Place for Football.
There are not many places on Earth that have these conditions.
This is not a place for football.
I play for B67.
Oh, yes, B67.
B67 stands for Ball Club. We're 8 teams here in Greenland playing in 2 different groups. And we're in the same group as our toughest rivals.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's really, it looks amazing as well as you can imagine. Let's chat to Brandon Scott-Smith and Derek Sullivan-Smith, who are the directors of No Place for Football. Good afternoon, guys.
Hey, gents.
What's up,
Hey,
guys? Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
It's a great pleasure. Brandon, we'll kick off with you. How did this all come about? How did you kind of hear the story? What was the route into making this?
Yeah, I saw a photo of the football pitch in Greenland. I turn my screen off so I don't see myself talking. The football pitch in Greenland, and I sent it to a group chat with some friends, and one of them responded with a New York Times article about the shortest season on Earth, which was the story that we talked about in the documentary. And so I reached out to one of the guys in the article who ended up being a producer on the film with us, and I just said, "Hey, man, like, love the story. Is there anything else about this that I can watch or read?" And he responded with no. So I called my brother and one of our friends, Scott, who is also a producer on the film with us. And I said, "Guys, I think there might be a story that hasn't totally been told yet." And so we booked our flights 3 weeks later and hit the road.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Derek, were they very welcoming? Were they kind of keen for you to tell their story, or was it a sort of the tough road?
Oh no, they were extremely welcoming. It was within like the first 24 hours that, they took us out on a sailboat. We were filming with them. We were in the fjords amongst the icebergs. They had us going from day one. So we originally wanted to follow 8 clubs go to the tournament every year, or that particular year, and we wanted to originally follow all 8 clubs. But once we got to Nuuk, the capital, we met B67 and immediately knew that they were our guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Are you B67 Ultras now? Is that it? Till you die, have you got a shirt? Have you got the full kit?
Oh yeah, we got the full kit. We're online shopping at the store. So no, we're
not just the full kit, but we got our home jersey, we got our away jersey, we got our vintage jersey. So we're in.
It's the trouble is with Greenland football, guys, is that the chants are always give us a B, give us a 6, give us a 7,
and that's it.
It's all over. It's all over. Why is that then, Brandon? Do you get to the bottom of why they all sound like additives on the court?
Yeah, I think. So what we've learned is it's a Scandinavian thing. We think, but ball club B stands for ball club, football club, and 67 is the year they were founded. In 48, Nashamwak, 1948.
Okay.
Yeah, so on and so forth. Yeah, name of the town, year they were founded.
Yeah, and the players are they all locals? If you're how does it work?
There must be
Do they have a transfer season?
There must be a Brazilian. There's always a Brazilian in there, Derek, somewhere.
I think there was in past years before we got there. They're all locals. Nuuk, the capital, is a pretty transient city.
Yeah.
You have a younger crowd that goes there, so a lot of the competition sort of flocks towards Nuuk and B67. But it's all local. You get the occasional Dane that'll fly over and play for a couple clubs, but no, it's one of the 57,000 people there are making up the teams.
Yeah,
fantastic.
The thing is, though, Brandon, it's bigger than Europe, isn't it? Which is a point that is made in the film. So the distances to travel are huge, and there's not a great deal of resource to do that. And really, a lot of the film is telling the story of just what a bit of a planes, trains, and automobiles it is just to play a game of football.
Yeah, we were warned about that going in, and didn't really believe it until we were in the host city where the tournament was taking place, and the team that we were following was still in Nuuk. So that was a bit of a stress, I think one might say. But no, it's true. The thing about Greenland is everybody over there is very welcoming to the weather and the timeline of which things happen. So there's another line in the film that says we don't control the weather controls us, and that's very much how it goes. You can spend multiple days in a town where your layover is. We got lucky when we were flying, but our team did not.
And Derek, it looks beautiful. Obviously, it just looks fantastic. A lot of the aerial shots, the drone shots you got, they are fantastic, aren't they?
Oh yeah, thank you for that. It was easy for us to capture some of that backdrop, to have Greenland as a backdrop, as a character in itself. That serves a huge benefit to us. But Bran here was our drone operator, so just sitting there being able to watch him capture some of that was a treat for me, for sure.
Did you see any players who you thought I don't know how you are at scouting, but did you see any players they look a cut above? They could play at a different level.
Well, you're talking to a couple of guys from the mountains of North Carolina,
Sure,
so anybody looks better than us.
The MLS has got some good players, but it felt like a good. Did it feel like a good standard?
It actually did. Somebody brought up the point in an article when comparing to professional leagues across the world that felt a little bit more like a Sunday league.
Yeah.
And they're not totally wrong in that. These guys it's a 1 week long season. They are totally dedicated to it. They're very passionate about it, but in reality, they're working as electricians and school teachers and things like that for the majority of the year. So their professional season is very short when compared to others. But there were, Soren, for example, just like his ball control and his ability to score was pretty incredible to watch first. So there were a few.
So where can we see it, Derek? Where can we watch the movie?
It is on Apple TV right now in US, UK. It's also on Amazon Prime, but Apple TV has more of a global reach, so we're pushing Apple TV.
Excellent. Well, look, good to talk to you both.
Superb. Thank you very much.
It looks great, and we wish you well with it. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Brandon Scott-Smith, Derek Sullivan-Smith, they're the directors of No Place for Football.
Yeah, right up my street, that, Paul.
Yeah,
It's made me
I
instantly
said you watched
wanna
the trailer earlier on, you'd love it. Yeah.
Instantly want to go and watch it, buy all the shirts.
Go to
do the whole thing. Go
and watch some Greenland football. Anyway, we're off to Brazil next, and Tim Vickery is going to join us. We'll set foot inside the Brazil camp, see what the latest is. The Neymar watch after that injury. And Manchester United have done a bit of business with a Brazilian. We'll find out a bit more about him for you, Manchester United fans. That and more from Tim. And then the birthday spread, of course. 90 for 5, England. Thankfully, not that 66 for 6 that we feared after 44 for 4 and 55 for 5. Harry Brooks not doing too bad on 43. He's got a bit of a wriggle on. Ben Stokes is on 8 and have decided to get on the front foot before they run out of wickets, clearly.
3 figures at least.
Maybe we'll check in with Sam and bring you up to date very shortly. But Tim Vickery up next. We're here with our good friends at Tool Station. Open from 7 a.m. Monday to Saturday. Grab what you need. Get on site. Get it done. First stop, Tool Station.
When you get these Arsenal fans ranting and raving and saying some of the things that they do, and then you get this nitwit over here popping up with his little brand of observation in social media.
What, Piers?
Yeah.
Little brand of 9 million followers.
Whatever, how many followers you've got, Piers.
Well, a lot more than you, Sancho.
Fantastic, but I don't judge my
work
work
by
by
little
that.
brand.
But I don't judge myself by those numbers.
This is a little brand. My YouTube channel is 4.5 million subscribers.
I'm delighted.
I have 9 million followers on X. So when I say something to 9 million
I'm delighted.
people, I'm saying it to a lot more millions than you.
I'm delighted.
No, but it's not a little brand. I'm not a little nitpick.
No, I'm delighted.
You may not like what I say.
I'm delighted.
But the platform I have is infinitesimally bigger than yours.
I'm delighted. You've pivoted into the digital world. hung on by your fingertips, right? But the bottom line is I'm looking at the content. I'm looking at the content, and you're asking me why.
Yes.
People are reacting negatively
There you go.
to what's being said. So I floated the idea without a great deal of commitment to it that silly comments that are antagonistic made by nitwits like him with big audiences.
What silly
Is
comment?
that better?
Well, give me a silly
Well, I
comment.
don't know. I don't study your feed, but every now and again you
Well, give
pop
me one
up,
example.
You pop up with observations
Well, give
about
me one
Arsenal
that's silly.
inflammatory. I don't know. I can look through it in a second.
Exactly. You
give
can't
an
think of
example.
one. You just
No,
said it.
every now
You
and
just
again.
literally said that, and you can't tell me a single thing I've said,
every now and
which is
again,
silly.
I see you make an
Well, give me
observation.
one.
Well, I'll find one in a second.
You can't, can you?
Because I don't
You've
write them
literally
down.
just made that up.
Because I don't write them
You've
down.
made that up.
Right.
You just said, he says all these silly things. When I've said name one silly thing,
No, there's lots
you
of them.
can't name
No, I can
one.
I can probably,
Not one.
I can probably
Oh,
dig
give me
into
one.
Hello, I'm Matt Fordham from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Aaron just said that Harry Brook was getting a wriggle on because we're going to run out of wickets. We've run out of one more wicket at least. Sam Ellard's watching. It was a great catch by Kane Williamson, though, wasn't it, Sam?
It was one of the great catches. It was a beautiful piece of fielding at third slip. England are 94 for 6. Ben Stokes has to go for 12. Cole Jameson with a good length ball angling in from around the wicket. Stokes tried to block it with softish hands to control the bounce. It takes the outside edge. It looked as if it was just going to go straight to Tom Latham at second slip. But Kane Williamson, a bit closer in at third slip, says, it's mine. Diving to his right-hand side, one-handed takes the catch. It looked like it was going to go in and go out, but he managed to control the catch. It was an incredible piece of fielding at third slip. And Ben Stokes has had a really poor run of form with the bat, batting one place lower in this test match and possibly the summer at 7. He has to go for 12. Harry Brook is starting to play a little bit more aggressively, looking to use his feet, looking to sort of drive anything full, cut and pull anything wide. He's got 44. Gus Atkinson, who has got a test match 100 at this ground here at Lords, is the new batter to the crease. But again, England have got lots of work to do. Brooks got 44, Atkinson's got 3. England 98 for 6.
Time then to continue the World Cup build-up in the company of our man in Rio, Tim Vickery. Good afternoon, Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Plenty for the selectors to think about out there. How you doing?
Yeah, doing your Richie. Do you love wowing
Richie Beno.
the Brazilians with your Richie Beno impression out there? Do you?
Well, incredibly, they don't seem to know what I'm talking about.
Let's start with a domestic matter. Well, kind of. Ederson, who was signing for Manchester United from Atalanta. He played a fair bit of football out in Brazil before he went to Europe. So, what kind of player are they getting, Tim?
Yeah, it'll do me. I've got to hold my hand up first because when United signed Uruguayan Manuel Ugarte, I thought it would work. Thought he would plug the gap, and it hasn't. Got that one wrong. One of the reasons I got it wrong, although Ugarte is, Bielsa says for Uruguay, he's been their best and most consistent player. But if you're wearing the United shirt, I think you've probably got to have a little bit more in possession than Ugarte has. Ederson has. He reminds me very much of Bruno Guimaraes. He's that kind of midfielder. He's well built, strong on the ball, can do a little bit of everything. unlucky, I think, not to make the Brazil squad, and I think Brazil may end up regretting not taking him, or at least one or two extra midfielders. One thing that I really like about him, because I remember when I first saw him, he was playing for Cruzeiro, and that's a big team, and they just won everything in Brazil. They just won leagues and cups, but they'd overspent, and there was a financial calamity and off-the-field scandals, and they got relegated. And he was pitched into that situation. And you've seen that break careers of youngsters, being pitched in to a losing side, a big club under pressure. But he really stood out in a difficult cause. And I think that's important with United. And we're all old enough to remember some of the really good players who went there and weren't able to reproduce what they'd done at other clubs at United. It's a heavy shirt. And what I've seen, he's all right. He's not a world beater, perhaps, but I think he's a very, very useful midfielder, full of dynamism, strength, versatility, and I think there's a character there as well.
So we've seen Brazil in action in a friendly with Panama. Tell us a bit more about that, Tim.
Well, you're just looking at the score, 6-2, and you think, well, I don't really fancy Panama's chances too much for the second set. And, everyone comes away happy, but game of two halves. First half, Brazil played the full-strength team, with the exception of the centre-backs who've been involved in the Champions League final. So, but apart from that, it's the full-strength team and the formation that Ancelotti has been wanting to play, which is 4 men up front. A right winger was going to be Estevão, now Luis Henrique, Rafinha, Mateus Cunha, Vini Jr. That's the idea. And Cunha has to sacrifice himself like mad in order for this to work. But anyway, it didn't work. Really didn't work, because you've only got 2 in central midfield, Bruno and Casemiro. Casemiro's 34. Now, I've said to you in the past that I'm worried about this, especially in the heat of the World Cup's going to be played in. This wasn't hot. This was a cool late autumn night, and first half Panama had more of the game. They had more possession, and they were able to create the extra man in midfield, and they passed all around and through Bruno and Casemiro. It was 2-1 to Brazil at half time, but it was a very, very even game. So at half time, Brazil make 10 subs, and it's a formational change as well. You got 3 in the middle there. Fabinho came on for Casemiro, and either side of him, you got another pair of former Premier League players. You got Lucas Paquetá one side, and Danilo, now being called Danilo Santos, who was at Forest, on the other side, and it worked. The extra man in midfield, more control. Both Paquetá and Danilo were the best things on the field. Paquetá slipping through some lovely passes. Danilo full of that dynamism to get in the box. And it ended up 6-2. Now, Ancelotti came away from that game confessing, you know what, that's put some real doubts in my mind. Real doubts about the way that we're going to be playing in the World Cup. They got another warm-up game on Saturday against Egypt in the States, Cleveland, Ohio. This should be, summer heat. So this should be closer to the conditions of the World Cup. And I'm fascinated to see what the formation is going to be. And if Ancelotti is coming to the conclusion that he needs 3 in midfield, then surely the question that's got to be asked, why have you only picked 5 midfielders?
Just very quickly follow up on our chats about Neymar and that injury. Last week we spoke, he'd picked up the injury. Yeah. We were uncertain whether Ancelotti would keep him. He has kept him. He's kept his number 10 shirt as well. Has that all kind of quietened down, or is still a lot of chat about it where you are, Tim?
It's quietened down. And what I think Ancelotti is aiming for is business end of the tournament, when you remember USA 94. You were there for the final, weren't you, Paul?
Yeah.
And it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Franco Baresi leading out Italy. He'd had a knee operation and he's got to play Romario. No way. He put Romario in his pocket. And I saw that the 2 coaches a few years ago talking about that situation, and they said, you know what, in the conditions that World Cup was played, Baresi got the best of Romario because it was better to be injured than to be tired after a month of solid heat. And I reckon that Ancelotti, who was there as Italy's assistant coach, that's what he's thinking with Neymar. Come the end of the tournament, people are going to be tired. Neymar, all right, he might not be fully fit, but you slip him on and he will give us something at some point, because come the end of the tournament, it will be better to be injured than to be tired.
And just very quickly, Tim, Bolivia, they take on Scotland at the weekend. What can the Tartan Army expect from them?
Well, useful, and they only narrowly missed going to the World Cup, and they hadn't really expected to get that far because they're building a side for 2030. So they've been moving in the right direction. So their first game after failing to qualify for the World Cup, this is quite an important match for them. This is the road to 2030 for Bolivia that opens up now. There's one or two players they haven't been able to get because of injuries, but apart from that, they're looking pretty strong. And I think it could be an interesting test for Scotland.
Good stuff, Tim. We will catch up with you soon. Thanks for joining us. All the best.
Thanks, Tim.
Look forward to it. Cheers.
There's Tim Vickery there, our South American football expert. I'm sure we'll be chatting to Tim a lot during the World Cup. Just a reminder again, from next Thursday, we'll be coming to you between 10 and 1 in the earlier slot. We're switching around with Jim and Simon, and I'll be with Charlie on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays, yep.
And Andy will be with us Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. And you'll be here at the weekends on the warm-up, won't you?
Doing Saturdays and Sundays with Max, yeah.
That's right.
Who's in America, so...
Indeed. We are parking the birthday spread. He's having a little break. He's going on holiday.
Oh, it's
not going to the World Cup. He's getting as far away from football as possible.
Yeah,
and the newspapers. Doesn't want to read the newspapers.
Going to go Greenland. Oh, no, there's a league. There's a league everywhere, boy. It follows you around.
Up the B67. So this is the last one for a few weeks. So enjoy it while you can. Or if you can't stand it, this is good news for you. But it is fundamentally a waste of time. Waste a half hour in a kids game, but it's coming up next. Andy Jacobs and Jeff Peters joining us.
I mean, Jamie Carragher's been talking on the overlap in the last couple of days, and he's raised some concerns about Iraola's appointment as well. He says it almost feels a year too early. I look at it and think, can I see this man winning the league for this club? And I get that point, but on the other hand, can you see Enzo Maresca winning the league? It is first season for Manchester City. You just don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Listen, it's our job to sit here and forecast and guess, and that's exactly what we're doing. But the fact of the matter is, we don't know. What we've all got an opinion on, is, I still think it's an interesting decision when Alonso was available. And you can guarantee that if it doesn't work, and I hope it does, that's the one thing that Liverpool fans will be saying, why did we not go for Alonso when he was available?
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think we said it yesterday. I mean, it tells me that at Liverpool, the plan was to stick with Arne Slot.
Yeah.
And maybe they've told Alonso that, and that's why he's gone to Chelsea. Yeah. And then something has happened, maybe player power, whatever, which has meant they've changed tack and they've gone for Iraola. Look, he's a fantastic, I think, charismatic, charming man.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody...
Alan Brazil was told talkSPORT he's feeling much better and totally different after emergency liver transplant surgery.
My heart did stop for a bit and it came back on its own, so I'll be very frank, I'm very, very lucky.
Well, Al has thanked doctors and nurses at Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge for saving his life. He's also promised to be back on talkSPORT during the World Cup.
I might not be able to do 4 hours on the spin, but I'll certainly be up in London in the studio. I look forward to getting involved.
Meanwhile, Sir Alex Ferguson has been spotted out and about for the first time since his health scare seen at a restaurant in Manchester. On the blue side of Manchester, City have threatened Real Madrid with legal action. That's after a presidential hopeful claimed he'd sign Erling Haaland. City say there's no chance of a deal, but Simon Jordan has told talkSPORT the club will have to bend to Haaland's will eventually.
Haaland will do what Haaland wants to do in the end, despite his protestations to the alternate. He will do precisely what he wants to do. And I would imagine on his bucket list, in football terms, will be to play for Real Madrid. He'll not say that now.
We understand Andoni Iraola will complete the formalities of his 2-year deal at Liverpool today. And Chelsea say they've lost one of their greatest players. It's after Bobby Tambling, whose club goal record stood for 47 years, died at the age of 84.
$50 up for Harry Brook, 51 off for 64 balls. He is not hanging about because wickets are tumbling all around him. He's not playing it safe either.
They're all in the air, Paul.
Seems to be offering a catch every other ball. But he's getting away with it so far. So we'll try and get his lottery numbers. Shall we head us the Euro Millions tomorrow? Anyway, I'm sure delighted with what he's witnessed today. Head of the birthday spread.
Oh, yeah.
Is the gag master himself, the man in charge of the birthdays, Andy Jacobs. Good afternoon, Andy.
Sure, Andy, are you?
Good title. Well, look, Lord's first innings often are like this, and then it gets easier and easier and easier. So we'll see.
They're not easy conditions, are they? They're balls, it's tough, the weather and everything.
The first ball was ankle height, and the next one was shoulder height. It's not a very good pitch, actually, but there we go.
So
never mind.
The tea's a bit later, 4:15, because of all the interruptions. So 4:15 for tea. Afternoon session or evening session starts at 4:35 through till 7. Anyway, it's a simple game. This actually it's a kids' game. Wasted half an hour. 10 birthdays. We've got to try and guess the ages of these people. Andy's collated them all, people who celebrated birthdays this week. Someone has to keep score.
Someone has
to. A little bit of control. Jeff Peters is joining us. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Paul. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Andy. Hello, Paul Scholes. Hello. And a big shout out to Ollie Garrard and the main man, Naz. How are you?
Oh.
Here we go. Final one.
Ollie Garrard and the main man, Naz.
Oh, there we are.
Fantastic.
What's that?
Everybody shake your stuff.
So Ollie's watching this on YouTube by the pool because I'm away at the moment, and
nice.
And Naz is one of the biggest fans of the spread. It's 11-5, by the way. Paul won last week, so
there's a big watch party at Deb's ironing shop.
Yeah, they're having a big watch party. That's right.
End of season do there.
Yeah, tremendous. So
Jeff's got Vaseline on his lens.
He does seem to have a bit. He's got a bit soft focus.
What he does in his own time's up to him, Andy.
He's gone a bit.
No shaming.
He's gone a bit Knave magazine, whatever that is. I found one in a bush once, but we'll just leave that there.
That used to be the way. Johnny Sins, yeah.
So let's move on, shall we? Here's Pele and Sergio Mendes.
Okay, now for you, of course, it's a waste of a half an hour. For me, it's a waste of 5 hours. Actually, of my life.
5 hours.
He puts 5 hours into this. Imagine if he actually put some work into it.
I was going to reread the line. He puts 5 hours into this.
Yeah,
it's tremendous, isn't it?
Here we go.
Anyway, birthday number 1.
Oh, yeah.
The great film actor, great actor and filmmaker.
What is he?
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Lovely, yeah.
And finally, I'm very excited. He's just sold me his ticket for the World Cup final.
Oh, yeah.
Blimey, it was expensive. I offered him a fistful of dollars, but it wasn't enough. I had to give him a few dollars more.
Oh,
hey.
Very nice.
Before we answer,
good news.
Before
for
we
Andy.
answer that
This'll cheer
question,
Andy up.
let's return to Lord's Sam Ellard.
England 108 for 7. Kyle Jamieson has another one, his fourth of the innings. Gus Atkinson going for 4 runs. It was a full ball, then it back into the right-hander, tried to work it into the leg side, hit on the pad, absolutely plumb, and England 108 for 7.
Thank you, Sam. I'm going to go 94. I mean, that might be a bit
I've got 95
toppy.
written down.
95,
so
okay.
95.
What is he?
96.
Oh, wow-wee.
Very good play.
What a life.
Very
Fantastic.
good play from everyone there.
So the scores,
all
Jeff?
above board and very, very fair.
Yeah, that's for a change. Yeah.
So it's Paul 2, Charlie 1.
2-1. Okay, we'll find out how you're doing.
I've given it a wipe, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see
look.
there. You look a lot better now.
Much smoother.
Glad you've given it a wipe.
Good.
Okay.
What a thought.
Birthday number 2.
It's the athlete Olympic gold medalist from 2004, Marlon Devonish.
Oh, yeah.
And Marlon recently painted his house in Torquay colours. He insisted on cream first, then jam on his scones, and created a model of Plymouth Hoe in his back garden. I said to him, Marlon, don't you think you've gone a bit too Devonish?
Too Devonish, yeah. And it's Devon Day today as well. Happy
Devon Day to
all
you,
who
Charlie.
celebrate.
Yeah. Do you say 2004, Andy?
Yeah.
Okay.
2004.
Yeah, okay.
Marlon Devonish. Let me work this out. Sorry, I should have been listening.
So 2004.
Yeah, sure.
Just think how old he was then. Had 22.
I know that.
Yeah, okay.
I know that.
You're making hard work of it.
45.
48.
50.
Oh, okay. Big one for Marlon. Happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday.
What's
to
the scores, Jeff?
Paul 2 out onto 4, Charlie 5 out onto 6. Paul leads by 2 after 2.
6-4.
Okay. On to birthday number 3, Andy.
It's the legendary crooner Pat Boone.
Oh, yeah.
Pat Boone. Pat Boone.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? At one time, I was his personal assistant. And when he went swimming or had a bath, I had to swaddle him in fine Egyptian towels when he'd finished. My job was to Pat Boone.
You could have had Pat. I used to have to.
Michael
Elphick. When he went to Scotland to tour, you'd have to Pat Boone Doon. Just a thought, and it wasn't that good either. Really, didn't really add to it. Pat. I mean,
that doesn't stop Jeff most weeks.
No, that's true. That is true. Pat's got to be he's got to be well into his 90s, isn't he? No, he's got.
Asking me, it's a tournament. It's a game.
I'd say
tournament.
What did it say in the paper this morning?
That's raised the level.
It said in the paper this morning, "Happy birthday, Pat."
Caught you out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's like the Great Escape. 95. I'm going to go.
Yeah, I think you're about right there, Paul. 97.
92.
Oh, wrong way.
Sorry,
way.
Pat. Sorry,
Not as old as you think.
Pat. Well, what's the score? What's the
Pat? It's Patrick Boone.
Yeah.
It is Paul 7, Charlie 11.
Oh, not
Not
good.
a lot in it. Still not a lot in it as we go into birthday number 4.
John Michael Waite says, can Jeff put the Vaseline back on?
Can you re-Vaseline your screen?
Terrible.
That's a bit
okay.
harsh. Yes.
It's the chess grandmaster, may have appeared before, Nigel Shorts.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing for our local football team, actually, when someone stole a piece of kit from his bag after forgetting to pack their own. As Nigel stood there in his shorts and socks, I had to ask the lads, who wears short shorts?
Nice. He wears, yes, exactly.
I like short shorts. Nigel Shorts. Stuart Little's brother.
That's it, yeah.
His cousins.
That's his cousin, yeah, otherwise. Well, they could have had different dads, couldn't they? Mums, dads, yeah, go on, keep going.
Nigel Shorts.
Wow.
I don't know.
He had that fame, but I can't think of the decade when it was.
No, let me just. I'm trying to work it out. Hold on a minute. It can't be that.
Carry the 2.
Can't be that
4.
old. 68. It's wrong.
Now, it might, I always see him as that much younger man, but again, can't remember the date. You're probably not far off. 59.
61.
Oh,
not
well
bad.
done, Paul. That was good from you.
Oh,
Very good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
off
difficult
it today. 18. And you're on.
What's the scores, Jeff?
10.
Don't put Jeff out of a job.
Oh, sorry. You were doing toppers. I thought I'd do some maths.
He could be on a sunbed at the moment. He's wasting his time doing this instead.
That's what the Vaseline is for.
This is a waste of half an hour. I could be on the sunbed by
Yes.
It is Paul 9, Charlie 18.
Okay. We go to half time then with birthday number 5, Andy. Here we go.
Okay, it's the Australian cricketer Steve Waugh.
Oh, yeah.
And when Steve was young, he did an apprenticeship with us to earn some extra money. But I had to get rid of him for gross incompetence.
Oh, yeah.
Waugh, what was he good for? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, of course. Steve Waugh, yeah.
Is it me?
It's me, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve Waugh.
That's a good guy. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to think. He's 56.
I'm going to go 54.
He is, in fact, 61.
No, really? Wow.
Yes. Hey,
Okay, it doesn't feel that long ago.
Time for
I
a
remember
summer
when
break.
we interviewed him. Do you remember he came in with his book?
Yeah.
It was the biggest book I've ever seen in my life, and he wrote every single word of it.
Yeah.
Which,
The Great War.
Thorough. We met them both, didn't we? Both the wars.
After the war.
I hope the book was called War and Peace if it was that big.
Hey. See, when he doesn't think about them.
Comes in, bang.
So
Literally
Paul
not
is
on the beach.
Yeah.
5 out onto 14, and Charlie is 7 out onto 25. And the
Having
next
a shocker.
birthday will be Steve's twin brother Mark. How old is he?
Okay.
very good.
Very nice.
Charlie'd still get that wrong.
I'm doing badly today. 11 out.
Let us know how you're getting on. talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. It's your last chance for a few weeks of the birthday spreads going on holiday with Jeff. And we'll be back after the World Cup. So, yeah, do your worst. Let us know how you're doing. We'll bring you the best of those very shortly. And we'll bring you the second half too. We're here, of course, with our very good friends at Toolstation. Right. First stop for everything. For the job from 7 a.m. Monday to Saturday. Start strong. Start it right. First stop, Toolstation.
Perez, for his part, has promised he'll appoint Jose Mourinho as manager if he's elected.
She's done it already.
Well, that's what he wants to do, but he's got to get elected to make it official. Riquelme, meantime, for his part, is saying no to Mourinho. He's promised to make Madrid legend Raul his sporting director and will not appoint Mourinho. He says, if I win the elections, I will bring to Real Madrid a superstar manager, the biggest manager you can imagine. Jose Mourinho is not that manager. He promised also, and this is where it gets interesting, to sign Manchester City midfielder Rodri, as well as Erling Haaland, and then held up a Madrid shirt with Haaland's name on the back of it. And one would think that Manchester City are none too happy about that. Is it arrogant in a presidential race like this for one of the hopefuls to promise something that he doesn't really know if he can deliver?
Well, it's like any manifesto. We could talk about any manifesto that gets put forward and promises are made and very rarely upheld, are they? We've got a government currently doing that in situ in this country. But as far as a football election is concerned, it's all part of the puff and stuff of getting people to...
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
We were telling you earlier on that Harry Brook was taking a few chances and it reached its logical conclusion. Let's back to Lord Sam Ellard.
Yeah, England 118 for 8. Harry Brook, the only England batter to score more than 19 runs. He got to 56 and he got out. He was dropped twice on his way to getting to 50. Dropped on 8 by Devon Conway at backward point, and then Ratchin Ravinja putting down an absolute dolly when he was on 45 at deep square. This time though, catch is taken at fine leg. Smith, the bowler, not the best of balls, the ball angling way down the leg side, and Harry Brook just flicks it to the fielder out fine leg, and Cole Jameson takes the catch. So Robinson's got 1, Tongue's got 4 as the clouds start to set in here at Lords. It's been a really good bowling display so far for New Zealand, who have been bang on the money in bowler friendly conditions. England 118 for 8.
Thank you, Sam. Second half of the spread. How are the talkSPORT listener doing?
Nick said, I told the barman on the beach in Crete I'm 18 down at half time in the birthday spread, and then tried to explain it. He said it sounds like a kid's game. You're absolutely right, Nick. What am I going to waste my time on Thursday after today? I'm on 14. It's a kid's game. Come on, England, eat it. From John at Deb's Ironing Shop in Wakefield.
Well done,
of course, the sponsorship has run out. If you can send us a new cheque, please, John.
Yes,
That'd be
please,
good.
yeah.
11 out at half time. That's Cole. Met Paul yesterday at Neelay's News in Banbury, an absolute gentleman.
Yeah, lovely to see him.
I thought you were doing well, Paul.
Yeah.
6 points.
The
Direct
microfiche wasn't working at the library, that's what it was. I had to actually go to a paper shop.
Direct hit on Pat Boone, awaiting the inevitable crash and burn in the second half. That's not going to happen.
Crash and Boone.
Crash and Boone, my new album.
Yeah.
18 out, liver sausage, Larry. He's got a San Miguel in hand. I'm not going to read that out in case it's rude. It sounds rude. Having my best half time for a while. I'm on 13, 6 out on Pat Boone. Pete in Finchingfield. There we are. How do you like your Finchingfield? There we are. Very nice.
Let's crack on. Second half, Charlie to lead us off. Birthday number 6, Andy.
Yes, I mentioned before the break Steve Waugh's book.
Oh, you've got a copy of it.
Look at the size of it.
Look at that.
I've only read 17 pages.
What was it called? Out of My Comfort Zone. Yeah, Jeff's right. He did waste an opportunity with
it's
the
a
title.
fabulous doorstop.
It is, yeah. High praise indeed. So, birthday number 6.
No edit.
Birthday number 6. The chairman of the supervisory board of BMW from 2015 to 2025, Norbert Reithofer.
Oh.
Norbert Reithofer. And I used to fancy his sister actually.
Oh, yeah.
Till she stopped brushing her teeth and using deodorant. I went right off her.
Right off. Oh,
That's like a Tommy Cooper joke.
Norbert Reithofer.
I bet it's right off her. It was Tommy Cooper.
I tried to buy a BMW.
Yeah.
They didn't give me the right off. Right. Okay.
That's very good.
It had been in a car crash. It was a write-off.
It was a write-off.
Okay,
so Harold,
and that one as well.
Yeah, that one as well. Come on, quick. Bernard Reithofer.
Bernard Norbert.
Oh, sorry.
Bernard Wright on.
No, 2015 to 2025.
Community.
Yeah.
Right. What was he in 2015 to 2025, Andy? What was it? Chairman was he? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I reckon he's 75.
I'd say 70 blind 70.
He is 70.
Oh!
It's the cake.
Herald! Get your evening Herald!
So I stay on 14 then.
And Charlie is 5 out onto 30. 16 in it, 4 to go.
Get your standard.
I just went for it, yeah.
I just went for it after I saw it on the notes Andy sent me last night. It's an absolute disgrace. Don't know why, but we could be doing a good phone in here.
Yeah, well, I'm
Who
sorry.
should play left back for England? Let's do that instead.
Birthday number 7.
That's next week.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the landowner and chief of Clan Campbell, Duke of Argyll, Torquil Campbell. Torquil
Argyle and Torquay in one name.
Torquil, yes. He started an eponymous non-league football team that he's promised to support as long as he lives. Like you, Charlie, he's Torquil till he dies.
Yeah.
Torquil.
So he's just a landowner and a laird, and what else is he?
That's it.
That's it, and his name's Torquil.
That's really hard, isn't
Torquil United.
Duke of Argyll, landowner, chief of Clan Campbell.
Could be anything.
Duke of Argyll,
not Glen Campbell. Obviously.
Duke of Glen Campbell. 70.
He's the linesman for Notts County.
Yes.
He very much.
I'm just going to have to guess because I don't know. I'm going to go 70.
That's sort of the game, Paul, actually.
It could be
to guess because you're sort of giving yourself away a little bit there that you're not normally guessing. You're working on
could
prior
be 30.
knowledge.
He could be 90 is the point I'm making. We've got nothing to go on.
You know what you're doing.
70.
Get on with it.
70 I'm going.
Dreadful.
What are you going with?
What am I behind? 16?
Yeah.
I think he's 86.
Wrong.
A Regal special.
How old is he?
58.
58. So that was very Butch and Sundance.
Isn't it funny?
What's the scores? What's the scores?
Paul 12 out onto 26.
Yeah.
And Charlie is 28 out onto 58.
I think Dan Byrne has a chance, actually. I think he'd be good, but
yeah, definitely. Play him in certain games.
Slow on the
left
turn,
back, a bit slow on the turn.
Play
But
him,
it'd be good if
left back. He could be exposed.
I think so.
Anyway, birthday number 8 because times are pressing.
Could have gone well there if you got it right, but never mind.
Yeah.
It's the
Well,
business.
that's like any game. Could have gone well. Could have won the league if we'd won the league.
Yeah.
It's a stake. Stupid thing to say.
It is, I agree.
Go on,
it's
then.
the businessman and co-founder of Wise Currency Exchange, Tarvet Henricus.
Wow.
Tarvet
Tarvet Henricus.
And he once operated on and saved John Conte's pet rabbit.
Yes.
As you can imagine, John was very grateful. Tarvet.
So in that. So in.
I did it last week. Tareg.
Andy once heard John Conte say to Reg Guttridge, Tareg. And he's never, and he's got a variation. 50 variations on a joke.
1 minute on a national radio station, biggest sports radio station in the world.
Don't tell me. Quick, we've got it. Times are pressing. Here we go. How's Tarvet? What's his name?
Tarvet Henricus.
What's he
Jimmy
do?
Tarvet.
What's he do?
He started Wise.
The currency exchange.
Oh yeah, we all know Wise, the currency exchange.
Go on,
We're
then.
all aware of that, aren't we?
Tarvet.
All popping down there to get our holiday money.
Go on then.
Tarvet started that. He's 54.
They're our World Cup sponsor.
Yeah,
Charlie.
Our good friends at Tarvet.
They were until about 5 minutes ago. My phone's going. See, my mobile's going.
Western Mercury.
They're now sponsoring John Conte.
Tarvet's on. Quick, yeah, I've only got a minute. Where were we? Is it you, Charlie?
I said 54.
51.
45.
Okay, what's the scores, Jeff?
Paul 32, Charlie 67, 35 in it, 2 to go.
Okay.
I'd have got that right if I'd got that right, Andy, wouldn't I?
Birthday number 5.
It's the chief executive.
9. Sorry, I'm rushing.
9.
Go on.
Chief executive of Caledonia Investments.
Quick.
Chief executive of Caledonia Investments, Matthew Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew Masters. He's designed a suit for me, actually, from Savile Row, but the top and bottom of the outfit clashed terribly.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the purple trousers, a bit Michael Portello, but I didn't want Masters' green jacket.
Masters green.
Oh, nice.
Michael Masters.
61.
Okay.
Go on, Charlie.
What am I? 35 behind.
61.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
51.
53.
Oh, he's back in the game. So we're going to number 10 with the scores at what, Jeff?
Paul 40, Charlie 69, 29 is the difference.
So 30 either way. Can he do it? It would be his greatest ever victory. What a way to go into the summer.
Come on.
Here we go. Last birthday, Andy.
Okay, this bloke's got some job title.
Yeah.
He's the Plaid Cymru.
Cymru.
Plaid Cymru MS for South East Wales, Deputy Minister for Social Care, Mental Health and Women's Health, Deputy Leader of Plaid Cymru.
Is he Welsh? Cymru.
Cymru. Dareth Darlith Jewell. Darlith Jewell.
Darlith Jewell.
Darlith Jewell. He used to drink in our local, actually.
Did he? Oh,
yeah, right.
He hadn't had a pint there for about 5 years, so it was a joy when he returned. It was great to see Jewell in the Crown.
Hey.
The Crown in a local pub.
60.
That's how it works.
63.
And I'm 29 behind, am I?
You've got to be 30
well,
anyway.
he's not going to be.
Yes, he could be 93.
Well, he's not 93.
Or he could be
is
33. Well, he could be. You got to go for either.
Not 33. It's a waste of time, but I'll get us into the summer break. 33.
Not that bad. He's 39.
Oh,
no.
A good game. A good game. Well played, everybody.
Fantastic. Well, that is us. That's the last birthday spread for a few weeks. Thanks for playing along.
Eat it. Any complaints, eat it.
We'll be back after the World Cup.
Any complaints, right to Deb's Ironing Shop, Wakefield.
Get back to the sunbed, Jeff. Put the Vaseline away. And Andy, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
That was the birthday spread. Say 10 till 1 during the World Cup. But coming up next with another busy drive time show. I'll see you tomorrow with Andy. Charlie back on Saturday with Max from 10. It is, Drive with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bem.